Hello, we're Roll Together RPG, and tonight we'll be playing some D&D. D&D is a tabletop role-playing game. Each player has a sheet with their character's name as well as their stats and skills aplenty, which, more often than not, we roll on a d20. 20s are good and make for a spectacle. Ones, however, are not and cause a debacle. Together we'll be improvising a story which might end happy or turn out gory. And so, on behalf of me and the team, we're delighted to have you watching our stream. Speaking of the team, I must introduce you to these five you may have deduced who will be taking part in tonight's proceedings. Rebecca, why don't you lead in?
I guess I should tell you some things about me. The pronouns I use are her and are she. My name is Rebecca, not Becky or Bex. I roll lots of 20s on attacks and skill checks. I'm playing a character called Oopsie Daisy. She's kind and good-hearted and not ever lazy. She helps where she can with her flowers and her magic, but falls over a lot, which is really quite tragic. Daisy's a cleric and can be quite tricksy. She's a fairy, a green one, don't call her a pixie. She's proud of her wand and the flowers in her hair, which can tell if you're naughty or nice, so beware. Though she may not appear it, Daisy's wise and she's clever. She's made her way through more than one tough endeavour, like the time she defeated a rabid mind flayer. But enough of that now. Let's meet our next player.
Why, hello everyone. What a pleasure to meet ye. My name is Nick. My pronouns are him, he. I'm the newbie round here, not to the game, but the stream. Yet already I've been roped into rhyming, it would seem. But hark! Your character! Who are they, you crow? Well, allow me to introduce this vibrant hero. Patrick Nathaniel Bunting, to his friends, Patty and Bun. A halfling whose grin and demeanour shout fun. This ranger stands proud, hands on hips, slapping thigh. But for someone so skilled, he's a young-looking guy. A friend to the fairies and folks who've been mislaid. Just yell, Patty and Bun, and he'll come to your aid. Dressed in green livery from his head to his toe. Also, watch out for his dancing shadow. For now, this'll do. We're done with all that. Shall I introduce our next player? Oh, Nat!
Well, howdy, folks. My name is Nat. My pronouns are she, her. Today, I'm playing Polly Titan, an homage you might infer. Polly is a satyr bard with a love of all that glitters, known across Faerun for her quite popular big hitters. Oh, steady now. I'm talking songs. She's traveled far and wide, entertained the country, shared her talents with much pride. A heartfelt tune she'll catch you with, you might just know them well. And if you find you're singing along, well then she's caught you in her spell. Big blonde hair and draped in pink, don't let her image fool you. She works hard 5 to 9 with a heart of gold and a cheeky sense of humor. To help the poor and needy and save the orphans is her dream. But everyone she's ever loved is stolen by a red-headed rival, Maureen. A skirt of many serpents, her mama stitched her in golden thread. Well, that's all you need to know for now, though, so I'll pass you on to Ed.
My name is Ed, he, him, a blank canvas, well, an actor. But who I want to introduce you to is my brand new character. The name is now Tim Winking, they, them, though you may not know me as that. I was once a mighty Grand Vizier in a rather far-out hat. I roamed my realm and dealt in death and painful suffering. Then one day a little girl asked just why I did such things. She looked up at me through blood and tears, looked right into my soul. Those eyes are carved into my heart, and I must soothe their woe. So, instead of twisted necromancy, I worship Lord Lythander. Just as the dawn brings each new day, so I must get up and gander about this new reality, which I know not well at all, but intend to save it with joyous help from one they call Tom.
Well, my name is Tom, he, him, and I'm here to say I play a dancing cow in a major way. My moves, drunken monk, to entertain the kids, of course, fake head of cow and back leg of horse. And that's all you paid me for. 4 lines.
Amazing.
Our stream will run for about 3 hours, with a break in the middle, as best as my powers of timekeeping are able to place, to get some tea or have a pee, just in case. Now, I hear you ask, why all the rhyming? Well, in a word, we're pantomiming. For Christmas is here if we need a reason, and in the UK, it's panto season. So before we jump into the adventure, we have some thank yous we're obliged to mention. For without our sponsors and supporters too, we would have no show to perform for you.
We're proud to be sponsored by Hero Forge, who provide our character models, by George. Well, they're not really by George, that's just an expression, but they could be by you. Be your new obsession. Hero Forge is a website where you can design a unique model to print in colored resin. You can tweak the pose, add decals and lighting. There's so much choice, it is truly exciting.
The second esteemed sponsor of our show, our purveyors of provisions, Ultra Pro. They make accessories for your games, such as card sleeves, dice bags, and rolling trays. As well as a personal favorite of ours, the figurines of adorable powers, based on D&D monsters and mythology, such as Roper, who looks like the chocolate pudding emoji.
Thirdly, it does truly gladden me to talk about Elderwood Academy. Gladden me. That's really bad. Who wrote this? Sean, did you think anyone would notice? Anyway, if you go to Elderwood's store, there's custom dice boxes, towers, and more. You can even buy a monster book. But don't take my word for it. Have a look.
Next up, we're supported by D&D Beyond, of whose character creator we're really quite fond. You can access all sorts of D&D content to play or DM, whatever is your intent. Then Level Up Dice, who are the makers of giant dice called Table Shakers. Their dice and accessories really are fancy, so go check them out and see what you can see.
Well, we're also supported by 2 mobile games. Warriors of Waterdeep is one of their names. Warriors is an action RPG. Just click the link in chat to get gems for free. The other game we enjoy ourselves is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's an idle clicker where you choose who's best for the mission, and then you earn a chest. Not your best work, Sean.
We'd also like to thank our supporters on Twitch, social media, and Patreon. Roll Together RPG is our usual label, so come watch us play at our table. This stream will be available to download as a podcast if you happen to be into those. There are many services where we're supported, but if you can't find us, let us know and we'll get that sorted. We use the TTRPG safety toolkit, and if someone's upset during play, we pause it. For our content warnings, please talk to the mods so you can stay informed about the odds. Finally, we are champions of diversity with the range of sexual and gender identities. Our tables are transpositive, and thus we tend to play characters who may of a different tender gender. We try to avoid misgendering, but no, it happens, and we'll tell each other so. As you in chat, you can contact us on rolltogetherrpg@gmail.com. Right, I think that's enough from me. I bet you're all tired of poetry. So before we get on with the show, just one more thing. Run the intro. Welcome back from our fantastic intro. So, the curtains open and the scene is one of brightly coloured greens and browns and blues and other colours as well. Other colours are available.
Bright browns.
We're in a forest, a very bright, verdant forest, and entering from stage right, we have a duo, Polly Tartan and Daisy, the dancing cow. Nat, would you please, without rhyme, just in case people weren't able to follow, just tell us who we're looking at.
Okay, so Polly is a satyr. She's probably about 5.5 foot tall. She's got big blonde hair, like I said, and little pointy horns and her fawn ears hanging down. And she is wearing the most pink you can imagine.
Most pink.
There's like a shirt that's like tied up under the bust, and it's also covered in rhinestones. And then she's got a little bit of the navel on show, and then some very swooshy, floaty skirts, with a little fawn tail sticking out the back. Her hooves are like pearly pink, and on her skirts, like I said in the intro, they've got like in fine golden thread. There's like little snakes all over them, and she's probably walking along strumming her lute, which is also as pink as it can be and covered in rhinestones.
Cool.
I'm a cow.
Are you really a cow?
All you need to know.
Yes, you are, dear.
Moo.
Cool. So you find yourselves in a clearing in the forest. However, the scene rotates, and behind a large bush, we see another protagonist. We have, Nick, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, a halfling, a very lithe and youthful-looking halfling. He's only about 3'3", if I recall my own creation correctly. And he is dressed almost entirely in green, from the base of his legs all the way up to the top of him, with a nice little green hat with a red feather sticking out. He's got some pretty nice looking boots on. There's something that's not too bad. But the rest of him is like a rope tied around him for like a belt kind of idea. It's very natural, nature-based, natural. That's what
Natural.
It's
It's a new word. We've already.
Yeah.
And he just looks very happy. In fact, it's like every 5 steps or so, he just stops and kind of does that.
Oh,
Yeah, and then he carries on, big grin, and that's him.
Oh, and you are holding by a rope. You are pulling along a real cow.
How dare you?
You have been tasked by the village, your most recent lodgings, to find a buyer for this cow. Are you good with animals?
I am okay with animals. I'm not. I'm actually not too bad with animals. Yeah, I'm quite good.
Let's put that to the test then. First roll of the game. Animal handling, please.
Okie dokie.
That was not.
Oh, that's a wonderful opener. Oh, that's so good. Well, it's an 8.
Okay, that's. Oh, I thought you were punning on wonderful. That was going to be amazing.
Oh, that would have been better, but no.
Halfling can't roll a 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, so you've been doing this, but because of your frequent stopping, hands on hips, looking off into the distance, at one point the cow kind of slips away, and the last you see of the cow, she disappears off into a bush. And what would you wish to do?
Sheena, where have you gone? Sheena! Oh, that darn cow. Oh, she's a hoot. Always running away, being silly. Oh, I'll find her. Hold on. I go off in search of the cow.
Okay. Could you... she went through a bush. I'm not going to make you roll to get through a bush. You pop through a bush, and Polly and Daisy, you see a halfling pop through the bush. And Patty, you can see a cow.
Sheena, there you are. Hello. Oh, hello. You're very pink.
Well, hi there. This isn't Sheena, this is Daisy.
Moo.
No, you can't just name a cow when you find them. Obviously, there's a whole naming process you go through. At least, well, that's how it works in my village anyway. But no, Sheena, she just left me. Don't worry, I'll take her out. We're going to go and sell her. Sheena, come on.
Oh, no. I think you'll find that this cow did name herself, and she is called Daisy.
Moo.
And moo to you too. That is lovely. How did she, her, him, what? How did they name themselves?
Do you want to take this?
You sort of see the head moves. There's obviously something that's look at you and they're like, moo.
She's a strong and silent type.
Right. That is.
Does a little jiggle on the bell.
Yeah.
Oh.
But she's very much her own cow. Scritching,
Moo.
scritching.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
then,
I'm afraid. Have you lost a cow?
well, it would seem so. I mean, I could have sworn it's spitting image over here, but it was. Yes, apparently I have lost my cow.
Oh, I'm really sorry. You seem to have lost your cow. Where did you see her last?
Well, that's why I came through the bush. She disappeared off into the bush, so I was
I
chasing.
did wonder what you were doing in the bushes.
Moo.
Obviously, looking for a cow. Not many other things you do in a bush. Not that I know of.
Moo.
Sure. Well, what was your cow called? Maybe we can help.
Sheena.
Sheena. Daisy, do you know a Sheena?
It's about this point when the camera pans, or the scene moves along, and we have another duo entering, again from stage right, which Tim, you're not too used to. You're used to coming in the other direction, so you don't really recognise where you are.
This is really difficult. Do we have to keep doing this?
We're walking, Tim. What about walking? Do you not want to keep?
No, but the entrance is wrong. It just, I suppose I want to be good. 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 Okay. Yes, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Would you like me to sing you a little song to cheer you up?
No. Yes, please. That would be lovely.
Oh dear.
Sorry, it's just very hard.
If you're evil and you don't want to be, clap your hands. If you're evil and you don't want to be, clap your hands. If you're evil and you want to be, very, very nice. Now, if you're evil and you don't want to be, clap your hands. Do you feel better now?
Much better. Thank you so much.
Could you please describe your characters?
Go first for Oopsie Daisy.
Oopsie Daisy is a fairy. She has green skin and a white summer dress with yellow flowers embroidered all over it, and daisies in her hair that sort of move independently in an either endearing or slightly alarming way. It's difficult to tell how big she is. Sometimes she seems to be the size of sort of a small adult woman. Sometimes she seems to be just the size of a laser pen pointed at some backdrop. And she has wings that she uses to flutter around Tim, sort of endearingly or obnoxiously, depending on whether you're Tim or not.
Tim is definitely Tim winking, not Zebulon the Impaler, because that's definitely not what should be the name. Tim is actually quite tall, about 6'4", eyes inky black and piercing, hair black as well, and that sort of very, very sort of scraped back. And there is still the Grand Vizier's goatee, which is there. Hasn't been able to bring himself to cut themselves to cut that off yet. And also the skin is still very sallow and sort of faintly jaundiced. But they are trying. They're trying very hard, and It's paladin armor, which is because they have transferred from being this horrible necromancer to being a paladin, because that's definitely more saving the world. And they have bright white and with gold trim sort of chainmail and armor, which makes them very unstealthy and also determinedly it's so not their color at all. It's the thing that it makes the skin look worse and the whole process. But they feel like they're on the righteous path.
Fantastic. Can I ask, what are both of your passive perceptions?
Ooh.
Well, I'm actually wise, not that you'd know it. So
10.
15, still not great.
I think a 15 is enough that just off in the distance, the other side of a conspicuous-looking tree, you can hear the sounds of a misunderstanding underway. And you may enter the scene.
Tim, I hear the sound of a misunderstanding underway.
There are people. All right, let's try this. I'm trying to get better with people. Now, smile.
You want to practice?
Yes, let's try this.
Okay, so I'm a strange person in a forest. What are you going to say?
Hello, my
Yes?
name is Tim. Those who know me call me Tim.
That's very good. And then, are you going to say, how may I help you today? Or are you going to say, die, 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 you
No. Yes, I understand. So how am I going to... What if I don't want to help them?
Then you should possibly want to help them.
I have... All right. Okay, so how may I help you today? Fine. Okay, here we go. Let's try
I will
this.
just pop a guidance onto Tim.
Lovely. Okay.
So whereabouts did you last see Sheena?
Well, I was leading her through the forest so that we could go to the market.
Hello!
And as I was, oh
my
my!
name is Tim.
Oh, bloody hell.
I want to know if I can help you today.
Goodness, it's Zebulon the Impaler!
No, my name is Tim, damn it, Tim!
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm a paladin now. I promise you may have heard of me as the bad man that did the bad things, but I'm not the bad man who did the bad things anymore. And also, I'm not even a man.
Nice person called Tim. They're lovely.
Yes, I'm trying very hard.
I'm going to roll an insight check.
Now, hang on. Surely this is that where I use the...
Use the guidance.
Yes, that's where I use the guidance against this. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, it's either persuasion or deception. So
No, it's definitely persuasion.
Yeah, of course it's deception.
yeah.
No, persuasion. Yeah, of course it is.
Definitely.
Nice.
I rolled a 10.
Non-natural 20.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, even without the guidance, I get a 22.
Oh, wow. Well done.
I trust this man implicitly.
Apparently.
Okay, Daisy, well, if you're sure, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is going better than any interaction I've had before. Thank you very much.
That's quite hurtful.
No, I mean with people who I didn't know before. You're lovely.
Thank you. We couldn't help but hear you were having a little misunderstanding.
Can we help at all?
Well, actually, maybe more eyes is always helpful in a situation like this. My cow has gone missing. This isn't my cow.
Oh, fine.
Not this
Fine.
Move.
Yeah,
No.
yes.
Different cow.
Self-naming cow, apparently.
Move.
That cow just say moo. Surely.
I think, for fun, I think Tim sees through it.
Yes.
I think he's the only one.
character that. Hang
So
on.
what you see is just sort of like a fake cow head with like big googly eyes, and then there's cloth, and there's clearly a horse head in there, with a man with a beard. It's a centaur. It's a centaur dressed as a cow who looks at you and kind of goes.
Yes, exactly. So is Oopsie nearby, Tim, at the moment?
Yes, I'm perpetually hovering over your
Oopsie.
left shoulder.
Oopsie.
Yes,
That cow is not a cow.
it's a very nice cow.
Moo.
You said self-naming cow. What's your name?
Moo. I'm kind of we're now making daggers at Tim through the cloth. Just like
That's cow for Daisy.
No, I'm
Moo.
Daisy. You're called Moo.
oh, I'm not changing the bloody name. I mean Moo.
Wait, you're also called Daisy?
I am called Daisy.
Oh, this is going to get confusing.
I'm
It'll be
sure
fine.
not.
We can tell the difference between the two of them. One is an enormous cow. The other one is a small fairy. It'll be fine.
Oh, I do like fairies. You're wonderful. Look at you. Oh, so brightly colored and floating around. That's so nice.
Do that. Sorry, you're just very positive.
Me?
Yes,
Yes.
it's good. Very
Yeah,
good.
it's great.
Very good. I find it very hard.
Oh, that's nice. You're
Oh,
not
well-
at all concerning with that lovely grin of yours on your face.
I'm trying. I
Tall
promise
man.
I'm trying.
Very
It's a
tall.
lovely smile.
We've been working on it, haven't we, Tim?
Yes, it's not easy, but it's fun. It's good. Yes.
You could possibly stop that now before you break your teeth.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So no, this one's not my cow. This one is Daisy.
Daisy.
And Daisy named himself. My cow is Sheena, and last time I saw Sheena, she was in that bush, and now she's gone.
Are you
We're
sure
looking-
she's not still in the bush?
Do you know I haven't checked there? I went straight through it. I didn't even bother to look inside. That's a great idea. Let's go and have a look inside the bush.
Is this going to be a bush of holding? I love this idea.
Give me an investigation roll for the bush.
Is that everybody? Because I'm assuming we're all trying.
You could, yeah, maybe if you all kind of.
Let's all investigate the bush together.
Oh, that's a very good roll. And given that's helpful because my investigation is a -2, so that is a 15.
Nice.
Wow.
My investigation is +7, but I rolled a 1.
This bush is impenetrable to us. I got a 9.
I got a 2. I'm not trying. I'm really not making an effort.
I didn't actually roll. Hang on.
Yeah, we're just...
That's natural 20 for a 24.
Hey! At least somebody's winning. I think Daisy and Tim are going to definitely be sort of skirting around each other for the foreseeable future of the kind of there's something wrong here. Cool.
So yes, with the nines and the Tims and the not trying, you are. You kind of poke your head in, and you can see kind of a leaf here and a leaf here, a leaf here. You can't see the bush for the leaves, but with a 15, you poke your head through and you see the path where you were before, and you can see a discarded rope, and you think, aha, there was a rope. It was not discarded. However, my powers of elimination tell me that this is probably a discarded rope. With the natural 20. In addition to seeing the discarded rope, which used to be a carded rope, you see a trail of breadcrumbs.
Ooh. Do we think Sheena the cow would have left breadcrumbs for you to find her?
That would be impressive for the cow to leave breadcrumbs. Or she was eating bread, and she's a bit of a messy eater, so maybe some fell out as it went along.
Cows don't. Cows are good. They obviously do eat bread. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Moo.
Sheena likes bread.
Well, I say we follow it. Why not?
Okay.
Could I maybe have a little help? I sort of went into the bush in my very small laser dot form, and then I sort of turned into small adult woman form and halfway through. And could I just have some help to get out again?
Oh, yes, of course. Hang on, I'm coming in, and we'll go in with all the what's it called, agility of a bull in a china shop.
Give me a athletics check, and I think acrobatics for Oopsie Daisy because you are currently upside down.
Does this count as climbing? I guess it does. Oh, that was so close. Okay, 15.
14.
15 and a 14, yes. You managed to extract your friend fairy. You've got kind of twigs and branches stuck out of your hair a little bit, but nothing that you can't sort out. Lickety-split.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you very much. You do pay more attention to me than other people are. You're the first person who hasn't ever been scared of me, and that's lovely.
That's because I'm too shallow to feel fear.
Right. Gosh, I wish I lived in your world. I do. This is fine. Okay, let's go. Where is this breadcrumb trail?
As you come out of the thing, Patty's there, like hands on hips, going, "Yes, now I will come and save you." Oh, well done, you've done it. Oh, that was great.
It takes that long.
Yeah.
Okay, you follow the breadcrumb trail. Breadcrumb trails notably only ever have one direction that you can follow, obviously. And you follow down the path, and it's a very pleasant path, and there's even some accompanying music, potentially by Polly, potentially not. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Just like casually, like gently strumming and humming some kind of song about last time she was in my Feywild country. Just kind of.
I know the Feywild. Patty gets very excited at the mention of Feywild.
And as you're following the trail of breadcrumbs, it opens out into a large clearing. The trail of breadcrumbs converges with other trails of breadcrumbs, all leading to the same place. And you can see in the center of the clearing is a large factory made entirely out of gingerbread.
Awesome.
It has chimney stacks made out of cinnamon chocolate tube things.
Yes.
And wafer biscuits. It's got little icing greaves, and the brickwork is little kind of stacks of gingerbread. And there is a little kind of toll booth-like thing with a licorice stick just blocking the way, and a single person just sat in the guard booth.
How did they bring this about? How are those chimneys smoking and yet they're chocolate? This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, but it smells delicious.
Oh, yes. It
Looks
really does.
fantastic.
I can feel the diabetes coming on even.
Do we think your cow would have been attracted to this?
Well, I never gave her chocolate or anything before, but then, she was part of the village, and anybody can get a hold of them, and there are certain people that like to feed cows chocolate. So maybe, yes, I could see her coming here.
The cow has 4 stomachs. I'm glad the cow likes chocolate.
Yeah.
Good, then we're definitely in the right place.
How do you feel about chocolate? Daisy, would you like to try some?
I love chocolate.
Moo! Stealing my bloody lines. I mean, moo.
Do you approach the person in the toll booth?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The person is clearly a dwarf. However, they appear to have shaved their beard and head. Not their eyebrows. They managed to stop short of one of them. And they're just kind of idly sat there with their feet up.
Boom. I'm going to march up to them and be like, don't worry, everyone. I have this. Good day, sir. Now, have you seen a cow? Not this one. Another one. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Brilliant. You're very quiet. Oh, okay. Anyway, so this cow, any idea which direction it might have gone in?
Points directly into the factory.
There we go.
Can I insight check the silent bald dwarf?
Yes, you may.
To the weird factory.
This is, Daisy isn't suspicious, but Rebecca is suspicious as hell, I can imagine.
Insight checks all round if you wish.
Yes, please.
26.
26.
Wow, I don't think I can get that.
You don't get the feeling that they're just not talking for rudeness' sake. They actually are just mute. They don't speak. They do accompany some of their speech with Faerunian sign language, which I'm not going to attempt because I am not fluent in any form of sign language, and that would be disrespectful.
But more specifically than them not talking, do I feel that they actually saw a cow, or are they just trying to get into the factory?
They are very trustworthy. You don't get a sense that they are someone who would lie to you. They're clearly a watchman, and they watched the cow, just roll straight in.
Did nothing about it. Perfect.
No, of course not. Just limboed under the licorice stick and went in.
That is an image that is never going to leave me. I love that idea.
Imagine it's like a cat and the skeleton.
Oh, that's brilliant. Right? Yeah.
There we go then. See, Tim, I knew my cow would be here. Shall we?
Right, it's a cow and I can't deal with any of this. Right, let's go look for the cow.
Hold on a moment. Can I ask? I'm sorry. I don't speak a lot of sign language, but what kind of place is this? Is this a good place for a cow or a bad place for a cow?
It's an industrial center. It's going to get turned into a hamburger. Sorry. I'm sure it's absolutely fine and no one will do it any harm at all.
Is Tim right? Is it a bad place?
They kind of just kind of put their hand up to look. Hang on, this might be better. And they ring a bell. The bell is entirely made out of
Toffee.
Hard, toffee kind of caramel.
Yeah.
And another dwarf pops her head round and she's like, oh, and comes up to you. Hey, I'm guessing that you're here to start your shift.
God,
Come
no,
along,
I've never
come
worked
along,
a day
come
in my
along.
life. No. Hang on, what are we doing? Why we don't want to work? I don't want to be enslaved.
That's not enslaved. We'll pay you. Don't worry.
In what?
Money.
Good. Oh, in that case, fine.
Follow me.
All right.
You'll be on the factory floor.
Tim goes perfectly happy to go wandering off after them.
As we go, please, can I try and steal and eat the toffee bell?
The whole thing? It's about twice the size of you, I would imagine.
That depends.
Amazing.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I have -1 in sleight of hand. Oh, that was quite a good roll. 14.
14. I would say that it is a very large bell, so a 14 is probably not quite enough. But you do manage to get the clanger. The clanger's a toffee apple.
Yes, that's perfect. Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say.
So I have in one hand my plasticky LED magic wand, and in my other hand a toffee apple that's half my size.
Yes, perfect.
It's probably like a giant mace to you,
Oh, I love it.
or 3 days worth of rations.
As we leave the initial guard, Polly's just going to say, well, thank you for your help. And she's just going to blow a kiss, but prestidigitate like sparkles, like, as we leave.
Hooray.
And the female dwarf who's leading you off, who still has a beard because, evolutionary, we obviously have beards because...
But obviously.
As different tab. As you're going, she's like, "Oh yes, thank you very much, Debs," and heads in. All right, so we've got vacancies at the moment on the cookie dough floor, so that's what you'll be making. I'll need each of you to be on a different station, so if you wouldn't mind picking your station.
What are the options?
Well, for the intent of it being D&D based, I'm going to get you to roll initiative, but initiative is who gets to go
Okay.
first in the thing.
Brilliant. I love it.
All right.
Oh, 13, not bad.
18.
Hang on.
Did you just roll a
13.
history check, Rebecca? I know that was before, sorry.
Rolling for the history of cookies.
That was a 2 for Oopsie Daisy.
A 2? Oh,
Was
wow.
it?
This is because I bragged about rolling well in my intro.
Yeah.
The curse is now upon you. I got a
The dice
13.
gods are not kind. 13.
13.
18 for Polly.
12.
11.
Excellent. I like it when there's no overlaps.
Yes.
Cool. So, Polly, you are led to a station. So the foreman, you gather from her kind of demeanor and the way everyone else treats her, goes, okay, so you will be right here. I'm going to be introducing you right to, this is Harrick. Harrick, this is, I didn't get your name.
Oh, I'm Polly. Polly Tartan. Nice to meet you.
Harrick, Polly Harrick, and Harrick just kind of goes, "Oh, but it's lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you."
And you.
With a 13, Tim, the foreman kind of leads you over to the next stop. Right, this is Basharir.
Basharir? Is it? Okay. Yep. Hello, my name's Tim.
Hello. But you're quite tall.
Yes, I am. There's nothing I can do about that.
No, that's true. Anyway, then Patty, you are led to the third station. All right, this is Takateg.
Takateg. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's my name, Takateg.
Nice to meet you. I'm Patty and Bun.
Lovely to meet you.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Would you like a tissue?
Aye.
There you go.
They kind of wipe this gooey snot off, and it goes all over the station. Then Daisy the Dancing Cow, you are led to the fourth station. All right, this is Sturgis. So you'll be at this station. Hang on, let's push these boxes around so there's a bit more space for you.
Give them a little kick.
Double-footed poof.
Yeah.
And Sturgis just kind of goes, Oh, aye, yeah. I will.
Moo.
Moo too.
Oh, I like you. I mean,
Ooh, 3.
And oopsie daisy, you are led to the fifth station. Right, and well, this is Great Door. Hey, what you doing?
Hello.
I don't need any help. Told you, don't need any help.
That's all right. If you do want me to help, I'll just sing to you while you work.
No, I'd rather you helped. Right, so these are your stations, and hopefully we'll be able to break in time for about midday, because as I always say, I believe in a thing called lunch.
Very good.
That is a dwarf after the rhythm of my heart.
lunch does lift us up where we belong. I mean, Moo.
We've got to fight for this lunch.
All you need is lunch. Moo.
I always find that after, oh no, I've lost it. Oh.
Tim has never had it. This is not.
You've never had lunch. Moo.
I'll just go with Moo. My minder isn't here. I don't know how to be part of this.
You mean you can't feel the lunch tonight?
Unfortunately not.
Well, if you just look, lunch is all around. Indicates the candied walls.
No, not yet. I'll work first. So yes, the Tim is going to be. Sorry, carry on. I'm fascinated to find out what all the stations do.
Yeah, so we'll start with station number 1. So that was Patty, I believe. No,
yeah.
Polly.
Polly, yeah.
Polly was at station number 1. So Harrick is kind of showing you. It's you've got butter and you've got sugar, and they kind of say to you. Oh, right, well, no, what you got to do is you just got to kind of beat it all together until it's a nice creamy mix.
Just keep beating it, huh? Until it's creamy.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sure I can do that.
Give me a... Oh, God, now I've got to come up with checks for...
This is
Checks
not
for
easy.
creamy.
Sleight of hand, perhaps?
I think we'll start off with sleight of hand and get slightly more obscure after that.
We'll
I'm
get to
very
medicine
good at
the
sleight
end.
of hand.
Oh, I can see.
Apparently not that good. That was a 13.
Oh, no.
With a 13, the butter's still quite hard. It's clearly fresh out of the fantasy refrigeration unit.
The cold box.
Yeah. It's just an ice method. It just breathes on it.
That's not actually that helpful. We want it to warm up a little bit.
No, goes and gets the fire method.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too much. Maybe can we all work together to find something that's just right?
Oh, God. We've got to work together. Oh, no.
Wow, singing a song, I think.
The ice method and the fire method are just on either side of... You just got this kind of cold on one side, hot on the other side, melting butter.
Love it.
Ed, at Tim's station,
Yes.
You are talking to Basharir, who's right. So we got an easy job here. You've just got to break these eggs out of these shells, and then beat it.
Just beat it?
Just beat it.
Oh, damn, I can't remember the next line.
It might be beat it.
Anyway, pretty beat.
Beat it?
So I just need to... How heavy... Ooh, right, so that's one. I'll try and be more gentle.
You got to be quite... I tell you what, just let me. And they kind of... It's kind of like the scene from Ghost, except you're very tall and they're behind...
Snuggling around underneath the thing. Okay.
Can you roll me a medicine check to see how carefully you can break these eggs?
However this works is going to be beautiful. Hang on. Yes, I thought that would be right. 3, because I am so timid, cannot deal with this personal touching from somebody who isn't Oopsie Daisy at all. So, oh God, I would prefer not to be helped if that's at all possible.
It's all right. I've got a lovely touch, and you grab a couple of eggs and just.
I can't. This is too much. Could we stop touching and then everything will be easier?
All right. And they kind of move off and leave you to your egg breaking business. But you do manage to get a sizable amount of yolk and white and the rest.
Well, I was thinking what's going to happen is because I have a scimitar, and so what I'm thinking is that's going to be the it's massively sort of, but it can line up 4 eggs at once and then sort of do the. And then that can flip them around, and then that works.
When you get a significant amount of eggshell in there with a 3,
yeah, but that's assuming that's part of the problem, part of the process, rather.
Next up, we have. Now we have Patty. So you are on the station with Takuteg. So you get this mess of.
Very
cream butter and sugars and the egg mixes, and you've also got some kind of vanilla pods, and Takuteg's like, right, well, you've got to combine this all together into a single dough.
Ah, fantastic. Oh, look at this. It's going to be so lovely. Very individual. Look at all those bits of shell. This will be quite the unique one.
You've got to knead the dough until it's worthy.
Perfect.
And for that, I would like
athletics.
Bring in the bottle of the battle. Yeah, I think athletics is going to be strength based, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, as an athletics check. Ooh, not my best. That's fine. That is that's a dirty 20.
Wow.
That was a 19.
You did like you wouldn't believe.
I'm like, don't worry, I will do it. I take a good minute to stand in hero pose. And then I just go to town and I whistle away to myself while I'm doing it.
Yeah, and you're even pulverizing some of the eggs into the eggshell into much less noticeable chunks as you make this nice smooth batter. And this gets passed down the line to Daisy the cow, who you were at the station with Sturgith. Right now, so we've got to sift in the flour and some salt, and here's your sieve. Now, where's that flour? Can you roll me
I have arms. So the sieve just sort of like
in the mouth, maybe.
So hideously, a couple of hands sort of come out of my neck. I'm like, all right, okay.
Oh no!
All right.
Could you roll me a perception check to look for the flour?
This is not the person to have on the last thing. Oh no, maybe it's not last.
21.
21.
I see the flower. It's there.
Yeah. Well, you look around and you see a bag of flour, and you kind of pick it up. I believe what was everyone's passive perception? I know that Oopsie Daisy was 15.
12.
12.
Also 12.
12. I think Oopsie Daisy is probably on the last station because you're waiting to have something passed down to you. You can see that Daisy kind of puts the flour down, goes to get some salt, and then just as Daisy's back is turned, the flour just goes woo, and another bag of flour. Woo.
Daisy, it's behind you.
Oh dear! you see the cow kind of turn around quickly. Nope. Yeah. Nope.
There's a bag of flour there.
I've done it hundreds of times. You'll never get it right.
I saw it again, look, and I'm like, I went RADA, darling. Right. Moo. Okay, right.
Did you add the flour to the mixture?
I think I better. Yes.
Cool. Yes, you start sifting flour in and kind of mixing the mixture up a bit more, and then Sturgis comes along and says, "Oh, don't forget." That was the wrong. Okay, don't forget the wrong Scottish. Don't forget the we got chocolate chips.
Oh.
Kind of shakes a decent helping, about 1,500 chocolate chips into the mixture.
Oh, cows do love chocolate, which I have just learned. Ooh.
Yeah, you kind of sneak a couple as you're going.
Again, my weird little arms, which are coming out of my neck, just going, delicious.
Yum.
I feel like for some kind of health and safety purposes, we should possibly state. I mean, I have no idea whether cows can have chocolate or not, but don't feed chocolate to cows.
Don't do that.
Really,
No.
not a good idea.
Can horses? Horses can have mint, but
They
chocolate.
get sugar.
Yeah.
And also, dogs can't have chocolate; it kills them.
No,
Yes, do not give.
Don't give animals chocolate.
Don't give animals
basically, is the idea. That's going to be the slogan for today. Don't give animals chocolate.
Give them to as many centaurs as you like, but not to cows, horses.
That's the sort of thing we walk up to the front of the stage. Hi, kids. We've had a good time tonight, but you might be tempted to give your chocolate to your dog. Don't do it. It will probably die. I mean, moo. And I walk back to the flower, put the chocolate in.
Perfect.
And this mixture of eggshells and flour, mysterious flour, and butter that's half hot and half cold. It's not quite right. It gets passed down to the last station where Gripdor is waiting. So, right, now we've got to fill this mold with this stuff.
I don't think you're meant to put mold in food you're going to eat.
No, the mold. And you can see that there's this giant tin in the shape of a massive humanoid figure. Gripdor just takes right, it's like that. In there, and we fill it out.
Don't we need a taste test first?
You want to take? Oh, people are going to eat this? That okay. Let's fine. I probably should not have. Okay, let's do it.
You carry on for a while, doing basically the same thing that you've been doing until you have enough to fill up this huge mold.
I was going to say, if it's like a production line that keeps going, after maybe about 5 minutes, Polly probably gets a little bored, and she's not that strong, so she's gonna just kind of go over to Herrick and just like,
Herrick, my darling, I wonder, could you carry on doing this for me? I think I'm going to be much more useful inspiring everyone else.
and I'm going to roll a persuasion check.
You may roll your persuasion check.
Please do this.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to get in the way of you having fun.
Oh, that's ever so sweet of you. Anyway, you do a much better job of it than I do.
And she's going to, again, do a little like, with like a little tinkle and prestidigitation of glittery, like, and then she's going to get her lute out. And whilst everyone's working, she's going to start strumming along. Oh,
Herrick, what working hours are we going with? What time do we finish? What time do we clock off?
Oh, well, it's about 9 until 7.
Oh. You just hear me going, amateurs.
Damn
Sounds
it.
about right.
I'm sure it's fine. So she starts like, dum, 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 and she starts talking about the process of making the cookies and the chorus. I'm hoping everyone joins in with it's
Working 9 to 7, and we're gonna make some cookies.
And
Amazing.
as the production line keeps going, you keep kind of filling up the mold until eventually it's full to the brim with these abomination of cookie dough, and then they kind of all 7 of these, 6 because one's outside on the guard tower. 6 of these dwarves lift up the mold and put it in an oven. But then as the oven does its job and is heating up and cooking this this stuff, you start to hear moans and groans from the oven, and the foreman well, that's strange. What's going on here? Did everybody follow the process right?
No, you didn't explain to us what the process was properly. How were we supposed to? Sorry, we did as best we could in the circumstances.
Well done.
Oh, well, that's all we can ask of you. Just very much one quick question. Which flour did you use?
Everyone slow turn look to Daisy.
Daisy, who's sitting reading a magazine, throws a magazine away, turns up, sort of gestures with her head to the floating bag. Moo.
No, but you didn't use that one, Daisy, remember? Because the flower switched over in midair behind you.
Slow pivot to look at Oopsie Daisy. Moo.
I should have seen
I
it.
communicated that with absolutely no details whatsoever.
Moo.
Daisy, did you not look behind you properly? You know the process. You're
It's
supposed to
really
look.
difficult.
No, you're supposed
Arm
to
points
walk
out
round.
at Tim. Moo.
You walk
Oh,
round
no,
in
it's
a
not.
circle one way, and then you walk around in a circle the other way, and then you do it a third time, and then you finally see the problem.
I've been doing that. I've just
And then you do just catch it. Woo! As two of the flowers switch round, and Sturgis just goes, all right, well, let's have a look at what we did. So it's supposed to be self-raising, and oh dear. We put in the self-aware flower. And you turn to the oven as this...
Why do you have self-aware flour in this? This is no good at all. This is not best practice. What about health and safety?
this
Sorry,
place is
well
getting
done.
shut down.
Burning out of the oven is this this monstrosity, this giant man made of, well, it's a cookie dolem.
Brilliant.
And I think that is probably as good a place as any to take a break.
Fantastic.
Okay, kids, go get ice cream. Go get your sweets.
We really need you on a proper sugar high for the second half.
So sausage ice cream flavors are available, and there's the new sausage roll dough mix with little sausage pieces in it as well. It's a new flavor.
Dear God.
Very excited.
See you in 5 to 10. Oh, but before you go, I've set you some puzzles. You may have noticed that, you may have noticed that the names of the dwarves are all a little bit strange, and that's because they are anagrams.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be just like, the 7 dwarves, because they're obviously the 7 dwarves. So they are all clues to a popular fairy tale / nursery rhyme kind of thing, with the exception of one. Ironically, the one that I didn't end up giving to you because it was the foreman. So one is a red herring, a decoy, but 6 of them are very obvious hints to another nursery rhyme, and I will spell out the names, because that's what we do here, so that you can get them. So our dwarves' names are the first one, the guard on the door. That was Debs, Debs. Then the fourth woman was Edward Snucci. So Edward, Edward Snuchy. Then we had Bashareer, Bashereer. You have Gripdor, Gripdore. Tacoteg, Tacoteg. Harrick, Haric, and Sturgith, Sturgith. Good luck working those out, and I'll give you the answers at some point.
If anyone says it's difficult coming up with fantasy names, we've just seen an example of why it should not be difficult at all. That's brilliant, because they sounded absolutely. I had no idea.
And Debs.
And Debs.
So yeah, good luck, and we'll see you in 5 to 10 after the break. welcome back. So, I'm not going to give you the answers yet, just because you might want to have a bit more time, because I gave you no less than 7 anagrams to try and figure out, and then what they link to. But I will just give them to you again, just so that you can, in case you missed it. So we had this anagram, Debs, Debs. We had Edward Snooky, Edward Snuchy, Bashereer, Bashereer, Gripdor, Gripdore, Tacoteg, Tacoteg, Harrick, Haric, and Sturgith, Sturgith. And we'll give that to you at the end. Players, please do remind me, because I don't want to leave people hanging if I forget, as I want to do. But yeah, I guess that's...
Sturgith is a strong dwarven name.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
I like it.
Cool. So we will lead in with you had just been party to the production line of creating this cookie dough. However, because of the interference of an unknown force, you have accidentally used self-aware flour instead of self-raising, and the newly baked cookie dolum is crawling its way from the fire. So, without further ado, could you all please roll me initiative?
Sean,
Done it again.
you know how I sang a pretty song just whilst everyone was working? Just
Yes.
before we started combat. And I said it was kind of to help people, but I never actually specified.
Was it a song of rest?
What I was going to say was, could it have been my mantle of inspiration?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Amazing.
Bingo.
Amazing. Everyone gets 8 temporary HP.
Woo! Amazing.
Well, not the dwarves. Sorry, dwarves.
No, that's fine. They're not going to be fighting.
I've got a level 12 bard that doesn't give that many. How have you managed to get that many hit points for everybody? That's awesome.
No, I just put in and it did it.
It's because it's polytartan, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's
Obviously.
go with that.
Extra sparkles.
Extra sparkle.
Cool. So, if you could read off your initiative rolls.
13.
14.
10.
10.
22.
Bloody hell. Okay. Nat and Rebecca, what are your initiative? Your modifiers. Your deck.
-1.
+3.
Then we will have Nat going first. And I have done the same thing that I usually do. I forgot to get my dice out.
Way.
Same.
There we go.
Oh,
that's
hang
all
on.
right. They're in here.
Hang on, sorry. It was 13, but -1, 12. Does that make things difficult?
No, because 13 was your roll, wasn't it?
Yes.
With your initiative modifier. So
Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
No, that's fine if that works.
no, it's only because it was to resolve the tie. The
Yes.
person who's naturally faster, I always say, goes first. So typically, there's another clash. Although, for the air of mystery, I'm not going to tell you what.
We'll find out in a moment.
Editing team, this we don't have to pause this, by the way.
But this is gold. This is exactly what we need.
Cool. Players win ties, so it would have been why am I telling you it's stats? Would have been a -1
this is
anyway.
not-
What are you doing with those anagrams, eh? Rather fiendish, right?
Still stuck on Edward.
How many have you got? We've got 3 so far. Apart from
Yeah.
Rebecca, who's got everything.
I haven't got Edward Snuchy. I am
Oh,
stuck.
have you not? Ah, okay.
Yeah, I've
okay.
not got Edward, Bashereer, or Sturgith yet.
I think there's a missing T in Bashereer.
Oh no, is there?
I think that's how you get it. Or I have mis-anagrammed completely.
Yeah, well, yes, because I think I was on the same lines, but then I was like, oh, but there's no T.
No, you are absolutely right. There should be a T in Basher.
We cheated.
Oh, dear.
Bashatir, shall we say?
Bashereet.
Bashariot.
Sure.
I
Basher
lunch
it.
first.
Especially it.
That's what happens when you try and do 7 anagrams all at once.
That's the problem.
Sorry, I'm almost there with the things. So we had Rebecca and the cookie dolem. Not that I'm giving you away what the order is.
No.
Nope.
Thanks for that.
Yep, it'll be fine.
So, the orchestra start playing a much faster tempo. Probably not that. Caper music as we have Patty and Bun. You get to react first.
Amazing. Jump up onto the table, hands on hips. Huzzah! A creature for us to quell! Let us deal with this cookie monster! And off I charge.
Wow.
At the cookie monster with a big grin on my face. Come, let us duel, sir! In fact, what I will do is, just for show, I haven't actually double-checked what these do because we only picked them up right beforehand.
That's the best way to do it.
So, just double-checking my lovely boots that have been seen. Doesn't say anything about it being an action, so can I question you, good Sean? May I just... It says I have a speed equal to my usual movement speed. Can I just do it?
Just stick it in the air.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I walk off the table and straight through into the air, and I glide across towards this, as I have dubbed it, cookie monster. And I will slash it with my swords. As I'm going, hands on hips, I pull out both of my short swords and I go for it. Is my plan. There we go. So, first attack. Probably not gonna hit. That's a 4 plus whatever my attack is, which is my short sword. So plus 7. So
11.
Hits.
11 hits.
Hits.
Okay, wait, this is going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Potentially.
Right. So first
Your
hit.
face goes,
First hit is a 2 plus 4, so 6 points of piercing damage. I think it's piercing. Yep. I also have my, was it Dreadful Strike from being a Fey Ranger, so 1d4 psychic damage. That's 1 psychic damage as well, please, on that person.
Oh, what does this look like as you kind of inflict this?
So yes, first strike I come around with, and I go straight for the middle, for the torso area, and as I hit it, there's a sort of a light hum and a sort of whistling sound that goes like, as it hits, boom, and it hits right into his ear, and he goes, "Nyah!" and gets an extra point of damage as the piercing sound goes right into his head.
Nice.
I will attack again, as it is level 5, so double attack.
Nice.
So that's an 11 on the die, so that'll probably be a hit.
That will hit.
Yeah.
And that is a much higher roll of 7 on the d8.
Nice.
So that is a total of 11 points of piercing damage with that short sword. And I will attack one final time with my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 weapon fighting. So
What's your other weapon?
flurry of blows. That's a natural 1.
Shame.
So
The weapon is a natural one.
my other weapon is a natural 1. Hey.
You go to punch it and just.
Yeah.
You shatter a chocolate chip, but that's it.
Yeah. Guys, those chocolate chips are hard. Don't hit them. They are really hard. But I think I did well. What do you say? Hovering right next to it in the air like this.
What do you say,
Good
kids?
work, Patty and Bun.
I'm so impressed.
Tom, Daisy the dancing cow is up.
Who's been dancing along to the music? Is it?
Oh no, we've got to do stuff. Yeah.
Oh, all right. How far away is this monstrosity?
How far do you want it to be away?
Well, I can do something if I can run it at 30 feet.
Oh, it's about 30 feet then.
Yes! Wonderful! Amazing. So, Daisy doing her dance, and then all the feet are going, and she
Is it a kind of
runs.
Tina Turner-esque like
Yeah,
the arms keep popping out of the head?
Just such a weird... I looked at something where they were like, do you realize centaurs are technically insects because they got 6 limbs? And I'm like, horrible.
No.
They have exoskeletons. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird. Anyway, so this dancing cow monstrosity versus monstrosity runs, and then with a big flying kick, I kicked my microphone. I'm so excited. Basically, I do a charge.
Nice.
So
Sweet. Charge in.
charging, and to hit with my hooves. That's an 8.
8 does not quite hit.
I've got to say,
I just go
that hit me really.
flying past and out of the waist.
The
Very
worst version.
balletic, you know, sort of like.
It's sort of the worst version of Kung Fu Panda ever. I have you.
You just hear the clatter of like mop buckets, and then Daisy re-enters with like the bucket has a helmet.
Brilliant.
I will do flurry of blows as a monk. Just
Okay.
So that's
Because you can.
just again, so like the arms come out, just very annoyed, and then just pop.
Yeah.
So that's an 18.
To hit. That'll hit.
That does 8 points of damage,
Achtung.
and a second one, which is a 13 to hit,
13 hits.
and that is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. And you should also get multi-attack, because that was two with your flurry of blows. Sorry,
Then
you did
I
that
will
one.
take.
No.
I will take. So pop, and then just headbutt it with the cow's head.
Nice. Yes.
15,
15 hits.
and that is 8.
8 points of damage.
This thing is taking a lot of hits.
It is taking a lot of hits. There's the cookie dough and just and just in time for Ed. What does Tim do?
Right. So Tim, not to be outdone by everyone hanging away, is going to. So what happens with this is they put their hands up to their mouth and sort of breathes cold air into a shard that is sort of the shape of of Tim's tongue. So it's like kind of and then spits it out towards them, which is an ice knife.
Nice.
That's the plan. Is this going to hit? Is the next question. Unnatural 20.
That will hit.
I imagine that would. Now, hang on. There's something explosive that happens after this, isn't it?
Yeah, things within the region, but I would. It's a panto. Yes. No, it's a panto. I'm just going to say that, it's so tall that you hit it in the forehead, and everyone else is just kind of out of the range.
I was going to say yes. Within a 5 foot, the target in each creature within 5 feet must succeed in a dexterity saving throw. You're fine, Patty. You'll be all good.
I mean, you could try shouting duck first.
Okay, so the problem is going to be that because I think they don't shout it until halfway through the process, so it's kind of a duck. It's going to be like that.
Where?
and everyone who said where can make a dexterity saving.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I want to do this.
Oh man! I just rolled the damage, and the damage is 1.
Oh.
More of a shatter, less of a shatter rather. However, if everyone could please roll a dexterity save, then including the target.
11.
10.
It's a DC of 12. I'm so
23.
Three.
With advantage. That was a nat 20 for a 23.
sorry. Okay, that's fine.
Also a 23.
Whole leap.
Sorry, Rebecca, you go first.
But did you say 1 whole point of damage, Ed?
One, just one.
Okay, I'll survive that.
Oh no, hang on. Sorry. That was just for the ice
just
knife
for me.
initial damage.
Oh.
The 2d6 cold damage that is happening now is 6.
Oh.
Tim is not impressed with themselves.
Oopsie Daisy is not impressed with Tim.
No.
Daisy's not impressed with the whole thing.
Also, I think I've just spat all over my computer. Hang on a second.
So yeah, you kind of you fire this icy tongue at the golem, and it just it hits a chocolate chip and just goes. And then
Yes, good.
So
And
how much damage are those of us who succeeded taking? Was it
Oh,
3 or
6, wasn't it?
the 6
that's
was.
the
half.
failed.
Yeah.
3 plus
3.
if it's only 1 damage, do you
No.
halve it to
It's
1?
sorry. It's hit or miss the shard that explodes. The target of each creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take. So if you succeed, you're
Oh,
fine.
great.
Oh,
Yeah, you're all good.
Polly just jumps over it.
Yes.
Little giddy little leap.
Yes, exactly. Leapt over the flying tongue. That is a good idea.
I do a look down in that moment. Oh, where's that duck? And go downwards so it goes over my head. Nope, don't see it. Oh, well.
Yeah, gotcha.
I just have a shard in my neck now.
I think he was stuck in the costume.
Yes.
As standard,
Oh,
the path of a flying shard of ice.
oh, Daisy! And
What?
the movement that Tim is
Move.
going to take, therefore, is if Daisy has fallen over, is going to be running to her, and obviously can't do anything this turn, but it wants to help.
Nice. Anything with a bonus action, or is that it?
I don't think I have a thing I can do with my bonus action at the moment.
In that case, we are going to Nat.
Oh, that's it.
Hi.
Go for it.
So this creature, how big is it, please?
It is a medium construct, so I might have been pushing it a little bit, saying that it was taller than you, but
Okay. Can I create? Okay, I want to create a 20-foot cube that is including the creature, but not kind of where it's bisected. So the creature is on the very edge of it. So I'm not going to get Daisy and Patty.
kind of like a corner. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Polly.
It's Christmas.
Is going,
Why not?
Yay. Polly is going to run her hands over her shirt and pick up 4 rhinestones in each hand and throw them.
Nice.
And they're going to create the corners of a cube that appears around the creature. And I've cast Nathair's Mischief.
Ooh.
Oh, unite. I've got the same spell. Good work.
So I'm going to roll a d4 and then we find out what happens.
Roll for mischief.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's anything
Okay.
could happen now.
Okay, so that's a 1.
Okay, what's one?
So as she does it, she kind of looks at that creature, is outraged, like, "Why'd you come in here looking like that?" And throws the rhinestones, and this cube, this spectral cube that's kind of all glitter, just appears. And inside the cube, I know it already smells amazing because cookie dough.
Yeah.
But the cookie dough takes on the scent of fresh baked apple pie. And the golem needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Good.
It's a wise cookie. Yeah.
I was going to say.
Is it a smart cookie or a tough cookie? Well,
Hey.
with a 2. No.
It's
Brilliant.
charmed by me until the start of my next turn.
Well, who isn't?
Oh,
What can it do while it's charmed?
it's
Oh,
under.
it just says it's charmed.
It's under-
I'm-
it's under
I'm
Polly's
saying that-
control,
right.
isn't it?
So basically, I can tell it what to do, I guess.
I imagine it won't hurt you or your
Punch
friends.
itself in the face repeatedly.
So I don't know. Do you want me to look up, because I didn't actually take the
It
charm
can't attack
spell.
you.
Yeah.
It can't attack me, but can it attack others?
Let's have a look.
Or do I get to order it around?
It's usually it can't attack you or your allies.
A charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities and magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. So it's just you.
Do you want to take it out on a date?
Just talk to it.
I mean, great. Okay then. So she does that, and the creature is charmed. She says,
Now look here, you. You sit down and you have a think about what you've done. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. We just made you. Are you sitting down?
Could you please roll me a persuasion check
Okay.
"With pleasure."
with advantage because it is also charmed?
Great. Advantage is good.
Yes, that's what we want.
Apparently not. I rolled 2 4s.
Oh.
Mm.
I have also just I should really read my own monsters. It does also have magic resistance, but I rolled. It's all right. I rolled another 2.
It doesn't matter.
It's it hears you, and it kind of it looks at you, but we will find out on its turn what it does.
Okay. We're here to be your friends.
As I slowly pull my fist out of its stomach.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Daisy. And that's another rhinestone she picks off and just kind of
Hang on,
and
which
it,
Daisy?
Daisy, Dancing Daisy.
Gotcha.
Moo!
I wasn't going to say anything.
Moo Daisy. There's another rhinestone picked off and just kind of flicks it, and it kind of just goes and like sticks. And then now
Just right in the middle of my forehead.
You've got a glittery faces on it.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. That's action bonus. So it is now Oopsie Daisy.
Yay! Now, the rule I always get wrong. Am I right? I can cast a bonus action spell and an action cantrip. Is it
Yes.
that way around?
I mean,
First time I've ever got that right.
yes, you can cast a cantrip and a spell, and generally speaking, I think there's like one bonus action cantrip, so most of the time it's that way around.
Okay. Cool. So as a bonus, I want to get my spiritual weapon, please, Sean.
What
You
is
may
that
do
gonna
this.
be?
Yeah, what's it look like?
She has a headband of daisies, and she just plucks one and starts picking the petals, going,
Lovely.
I want to hit you. I want to hit you. Hit you. And it grows and grows into a giant, angry-looking daisy.
But could you roll me a d4 to determine whether you want to hit it or you want to hit it not?
That was a 3.
You want to hit it.
Okay.
Yes.
And that means I can hit it.
Yes, you can.
Spells.
Yep.
And 1d8. There we go.
Do you have to roll a spell attack first? Spiritual weapon.
You should do.
When you cast the spell. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I play clerics. That is a 19 plus 8, so 20.
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
And then that is 7 plus 5, 12 points damage.
Oof. That is hefty. Yeah, you literally, the daisy just thwack kind of side of the cookie dolan's head, which kind of.
And then as an action, I would like to cast my Sacred Flame cantrip.
You may do this. Is that a save or is another spell
It
attack?
is a deck save.
We're good at these. Oh, but I should remember the magic resistance. I don't think that's necessarily going to help me. 11?
Nope.
Nope.
2d8, because we're level 5. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Be-doo-be-doo. And Daisy is doing to herself as she merrily thwacks that.
Unleashing hell, yes.
12 points of damage.
24 points you've done total this round.
And as she lays into, she has a like plastic wand which she's casting the guiding sacred flame from. And as tis, she goes, attacking people isn't very nice. As she attacks them.
Cool. And now it is the Cookie Dolem's turn. Who, given that is now charmed by Polly, I'm going to say we'll probably refer to as Benign Jerry.
Nice. Impressive.
So good. So quick.
Out.
Yeah, exactly. No, just all done.
Is just going to sit down. No. Oof.
Oh.
Because the Cookie Dolem does have a thing. It's whenever its creator can try to calm it, and collectively you are all 5 of its creators. You can make a charisma check to try and calm it down.
A charisma
And,
check.
Did I say? It's persuasion.
A persuasion, fine.
That was the persuasion roll.
Yeah.
So, it sit down.
Okay.
And it's not going to do anything on its turn.
Oh.
Oh.
Does it look like bloodied even? Can we know that?
Bloodied.
How many cookie
Well, I
doughs are
know,
falling out?
His face just caved in.
Well, that's what.
It's,
Is it seeping butter?
It's crying butter. Oh.
I mean, let's face it. It started its life with you beating it. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Fine.
Or
Okay.
mother?
It is a problem ahead.
children.
Shame.
This is the point where the cast are now children.
Hi guys, me again.
This is potentially a masochistic relationship this cookie has with us.
So yeah, we're back to the top of the round, and Patty and Bun. What do you want to do with this pacified golem?
Right. I will, still hands on hips, just glide down to the ground and plonk myself down and say, oh, look at that. Wonderful. It's calmed itself right down. Isn't that lovely? Oh, good little golem. And I put my hand out to kind of pat it on Dolem,
Finish it off,
on
damn
the
it.
side.
Oh, sorry. No. We must be
what?
nice. Let's be nice.
Yes. So,
Finish it off, I was going to say, but no, we must be nice. We must be nice.
yes, I think that's the idea. So, well done. Pat. Right, anybody see the cow?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's my turn.
I will say, well, does anyone want to carry on attacking it?
No,
Gonna give you the option.
down looking sad.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Well, Tim will. No, all right.
At this point, Edward, whose name you've known all along, runs in. Stop in the name of lunch.
Before we break your heart?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's lunch. Where does this fella come from?
Oh,
Well, we were just making the cookies, and this is what came out.
It went a
Apparently
little
we
wrong.
Apparently, we used the wrong flour.
Oh, it's all right. It happens all the time. I tell you what, we can put them to work on the butter making station.
Oh, well,
Okay,
hold on a moment. She turns to the golem. You did real well. Well done. Would you like to help with making more cookies? More friends
Making more
for
of
you?
you. God.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Oh.
All right then. I thought I'd just check because I thought it might have been a little strange. But if you seem super excited to do that, then sure, Edward. Why don't you show it what to do?
All right. Well, I'd say you all seem to be fairly adept with the old, and the fisticuffs there.
yes, I'm a hero.
You
You're
did
so brave.
I wiggle my
Oh,
fists
thanks.
and then bring them back into my head.
Thanks, Polly.
exactly.
Right. We've actually got a little bit of an issue on the jelly floor. Would you like to come and help us with that?
Not
means-
really. We're looking for a cow.
If it means we don't have to work anymore, I'm very happy.
Are
do
you
that.
saying that you need aid?
Oh yes, actually, I am.
Then I am there. Absolutely. Show me the way. I am ready to help.
about
Please
the
can Patty at
cow?
that point just fly upwards, like straight.
Absolutely. He's just like,
Boing!
straight
window,
up,
just straight out.
loops around, flies out the window, comes back. Come on then.
Exactly.
All right. Oh, follow me, Patty and Polly
Woohoo.
and Tim and Daisy
Good.
and Daisy
Good.
and Daisy.
Wait,
Wait,
three?
the third
Who's the
one?
other Daisy?
I turn to the golem and it's like, your name is now Daisy. Moo.
Brr.
Moo.
And you approach the jelly making room where several elves are kind of keeping the door pushed to, and glad you're here. We have a problem.
What's the problem?
As you kind of say that, some jelly kind of squidges its way through the gap in the door, and then just poof, and a big owl's head, or the likeness of in jelly, and then it kind of squidges through, and there's a hairy shoulder, and then another hairy shoulder, and pushing its way through the door is a gummy owl bear.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! That's amazing.
I'm not cruel, so I will say let's just pick up top of the round, same
Oh,
initiative
fine.
rolls,
Yep.
Oh, right.
which means Patty, what would you like to do with the slowly emerging inch by inch through this small gap?
All right.
Gummified owlbear.
We have arrived. There is an owlbear. I will gummy owlbear. I will turn to our group and say, "Well, isn't this an exciting day? So much fun. Shall we? Let's go!" And in the process of doing that, in a sort of almost inspirational way, but not inspirational as in some cases, I will. What am I doing with this? I will. Have my short swords, and I give one of them a quick flick. And who would I do? Definitely Oopsie Daisy, and probably Polly Tartan. And I'm not too sure if I've fully clocked that Daisy the Dancing Cow is capable of doing anything. So I'm going to be giving it to Tim.
Bless you. Thank you.
And I am aiding. I'm casting the spell Aid.
Oh, lovely.
All three of you have your maximum hit points increased by 5.
Wow.
And so your current hit points also increased by 5. It's only 5, but basically up your hit points by 5. These aren't temporary.
Yeah.
These are on your maximum is increased by 5.
That's great.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that will
Don't know how
be.
to do this. Oh, yes, there we are. Max HP modifier. Oh, that's very clever.
There you are.
By the way.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, no, I got it.
That's
I'm just
smart.
useless, that's all.
I use one of those, and then effectively, because that is an action, and I don't know what else I can really do with my bonus, is I will just probably get into range to fight with it should it decide to fight somebody. And I just go in, swords ready, hover in front of it.
Is it the so how, the are you going and touching people with your sword to give them the inspiration?
Oh,
In a sort of IW.
I like that far more. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yes. So I come out with the sword and I come up to each of you individually and be like, "We have this, ting!" And I'll just sort of, I tap you on just like on the chest. I mean, where I can reach. On you, it's going to be like down about, right around about there.
Yeah, exactly.
As I reach right up, like, there you go, Tim, on you go. So for you, and Oopsie Daisy, if you could just float over here, please, and a little tap on you. And then Polly, your music, by the way, fantastic. I'm loving it. I would like to dance some more later. And tap, and let's go! And whee! And I fly straight at it. But then I just
Daisy
wait.
sort of just looks around and is like, all right. didn't want half points anyway.
You too. Exactly.
It's okay, Daisy. You're pretty strong anyway.
I can see why the cow ran away.
I mean, if you didn't want it, that makes it a moot point anyway.
Hey! With that, Daisy does another little dance. Fun dance.
Amazing.
Okay, right, well, sticking in order, that makes it Daisy the Dancing Cow's turn.
Woo! Okay. Also, just checking: are these like full-grown elves, like D&D elves, rather than like little Santa?
Oh,
elves?
yeah.
I mean, going by D&D rules, they are shorter than humans anyway. So I think they're D&D elves, but maybe dressed in, a bit like the film Elf, with kind of elf-sized shorts and such.
Little shorts and little balls. Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
Well building. I think I might just actually see what I roll. Just because I'm trying to work out, it's like, they're just trying to shut the door? Is it a case of them going, we need to kill this, or if we can shut the door, we can deal with that?
There's already kind of more than half of this creature is kind of squeezing itself out through the door. So it's more a case of this thing's getting out, but they needed some people who were capable. Sorry, no, maybe that's stretching it a bit. Some people who had swords to...
So we're not trying to, it's not the case of like, if we shut the door, this is dealt with. It's deal with this some other way.
Yeah, they're going to jump out of the way so that, as they jump out of the way and the doors kind of go, poof, and the thing goes, wobble, wobble, wobble.
I think again, majestically, they jump out of the way, the doors fly open, and a dancing cow comes dashing across the room and just boom, horns into it. So that's my charge again.
Hey, roll me your charge.
Come on. That's a 24.
24 will hit.
Great. So my charge is doing good. That's 8 points of damage.
Nice. More attacks.
More attacks. I turn. I kick it with my hooves. That's a 18.
18 hits, roll your damage.
That is 4. And why not? Let's do flurry of blows. And now this is what Daisy wanted to do. So this is dancing and kicking with the hooves, and like the legs go up, and we do a little pirouette, and we catch it in the side. That is to hit 17.
Very quickly, what's your?
Oh no! Just I really wanted it. Can it be just for flavor's sake? Can it be that you're doing the Oh no, I can't remember what the name of it is, but you know that Russian dance where it's like
yes, it's like a
Cossack dance. That's exactly.
I think Tim's the only one who can see that there's obviously arms going inside the head. Like,
exactly. Now that I like. Exactly.
Yeah. I sort of like nodded the head back, like
okay. Now we're on a better level now.
Exactly. Yeah. Your lost attack hit, so roll the damage.
6.
6.
And I get another one because of flurry. I'm doing great. 23 to hit, and that's 7 points of damage.
Another 7, nice.
Yeah, so that's using a key point. Also worth pointing out, because I have drunken technique, that means I could disengage, and also my speed's increased by 10 feet. Not that it's not really going to come into anything, but I can now move 60 feet if I wanted. Horse.
Cow.
Thank you, Polly.
It's lovely.
Fist bump.
Lovely.
Bump.
Okay, right. Well, that was a heck of a lot of damage. So let's go straight down the list to Tim Winking. What are you thinking? Sorry, I'm rhyming again.
Good. Okay, this time. Oh, there was a whole plan I was going to use Tensor's floating disc for, but it has to be leveled.
Oh, it levitated out.
Well, that's what I was hoping to block the door, but you can only do it sideways, which isn't really going to work. Although, just casting
jelly, bisect it.
I just thought of it as you did. No, I think what's going to happen is, again, there's going to be, how is this going to work? So, there is a now that I've thought about this, I'm going to have to do it. So a single tear rolls down the cheek of Tim, and they get the tear on the tip of the finger, and then it goes down into the hand. It gets tossed backwards and forwards, and then eventually growing bigger and bigger as it gets colder and colder, until eventually they are juggling 3 snowballs, and then then finally goes and throws a flurry of magic snowballs, which erupts from a point I choose within range. This is Snillock's Snowball Swarm. And the point in range is going to be behind the gummy owlbear. And so it will explode in there, and everything within a 5-foot radius sphere must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie. Well, that is
on 12.
Oof, only a 10 then. Oh, so you hit.
Nice, and that's 3d6 of damage. And is there anything else? No, because they then disappear after that. But that was enjoyable. Oh, pants. 8 damage. That's annoying. Oh well.
8 fewer hit points than it had before.
Well, indeed.
Cool. That's action? Anything with your bonus? I think
no, because I think the only thing I can do is it's going to happen next time. But the only thing I can do with the bonus is Searing Smite. So it's only if I attack, which will happen next time if it gets that far.
Okie dokie then. Well, we have Polly Tartan.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring the shinies.
Okay. So she's going to look at the elves that are in this room and say, "Did you make this? Did you mean to make this? What's happening?"
Oh, it's just it's the gelatin we used, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just conscious of spell slots.
Yeah, a little bit.
You see, we used the gelatin leaves, and unfortunately, it tried to. Well, it left.
As much as I don't want to like also just kind of make combat go away over and over again.
Do it. Just befriend everything.
Fine. I'm gonna cast suggestion.
Nice.
Please, can it make a wisdom saving throw?
Something that's gelatin. I'd be amazed if it was a good one. 4. Fine.
So once again, I think she's got her lute and she strums a note, and I think it vibrates in a way that kind of travels through the jelly and into its brain, and it kind of turns on her. Now hear this teacher voice once again, and it says,
Hey, you! We don't want to fight you, but we will. Why don't you just crawl back into there where you came from and have a think about what you're doing and what you want to do right here, right now?
So, yeah, I guess it's. This is a point of contention. It is another concentration spell. So that means technically the Natha's magic cube that was on the cookie dolem will have gone.
Ooh.
So
We just hear a crash.
did we
Interesting.
persuade it enough otherwise?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
How long does the concentration on that last anyway? That last one.
On the last one, on Natha's Mischief, the concentration is up to a minute.
Okay. I
So
think the
it would have
minute.
dropped soon anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll find out. You turn around and Daisy the Third is not there.
And as a bonus action, how poorly was Oopsie Daisy looking?
Not.
No, fine.
I'm still in temporary hit points.
Yeah. I was
Fine.
gonna say-
Yeah, is everyone's still fine, right?
Yeah. Absolutely grand.
In that case, heck, why not? We're going to do another bardic inspiration. This time's towards. Let's go with who's front. Patty is also frontline. So that's another rhinestone. Bing. And you're now sparkly as well.
I am shiny.
So that's you gain D8 to add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
D8?
Like
Thank you.
within the
That's
next 10 minutes.
Cool.
Impressive. Sorry, the aid spell, what does that actually give us? Sorry, not aid. Whatever the was that just the temporary hit points? We don't get any extra dice or anything.
The one that I did at the very start was just 8.
Sorry, I meant Nicholas's one.
Oh, my one aid. It's just it just increases your
Right.
maximum hit points by 5.
Yep, got you.
That's all it is. It lasts for 8 hours though. It's a cast and last.
Nice.
So it's there for the for a while.
Yeah.
Unless this suddenly turns into a 10-part campaign.
Yeah. Sean?
Totally got legs.
Supposed to be like, we're at war.
I mean,
All of
if,
the baked goods.
if you're asking if the show has legs, well, of course it does. There are curtains either side.
Hey!
And we did the fun dance.
Yeah, it's happened again.
You're at the end of your turn now.
I think that's all I can do.
Then Rebecca, it is you are up.
Yes. Does it maybe look at all like it would maybe be called a spell or magic that is animating this gummy owlbear that maybe could be dispelled?
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Potentially. I would say that it's probably I'm going to use it CR as the level. So how hard? You've only got up to level 3 anyway, have you?
Yeah. I
So-
will cast it at level 3.
And I will very quickly remind myself the rules for dispel magic.
So if it's 3rd level or lower, then it just ends. If it's 4th or higher, I have to make a check.
Yeah. So please make the check for me. It's your spell ability modifier, isn't it?
Ability, not attack. Cool.
I believe so.
I think so.
I'm there. Yeah, ability check using your
Rebecca roll.
spellcasting ability.
Isn't that 26, 26?
Oh!
Yeah, that will do it. So you kind of the gummy owlbear looked a little bit confused, and when it had the suggestion cast on it, and it kind of looked like it was having a think about its life choices up to this point. The 5 minutes that it had been alive. However,
Killed a baby.
Oopsie daisy, you do use your dispel magic. What does it kind of look like when you dispel some magic?
Let me make a roll to see whether she does this well or clumsily. She does it clumsily.
Hey!
I think she means to fly to a light and like boop it on the forehead with her thunder wand. But in doing so gets her feet caught in the jelly. And so does the boop, but then is maybe stuck.
I was going to say, do the feet basically go straight into the eyes? Is that trying to slow down? It's like, here we go. Whoop!
Up the feet, nose, whatever it is.
Exactly. Oh no!
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just hanging upside down.
You can kind of you're sticking out of the forehead of this gummy owlbear, and then you cast a spell, and then it starts to kind of bubble and falls into two similarly sized medium owlbears, and then those two kind of fall again into four small little owlbears, and then they split again into 8 tiny little and then they just puddle in a pile of goop.
Oh,
I love goop.
is that,
but is it delicious goop?
I was going to say, is that Rebecca or Daisy who's saying that?
Let's go with both.
Yeah. Cool.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Landing in a pile of goop. 16.
You get some in your mouth, but you kind of like
What flavor is it?
Green?
Lime. Yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
Best flavor.
it is. Eat your greens, kids.
Hi, kids. We've had a lot of fun today. There's a lot of sweets, but you need to eat your vegetables.
No. Greens specifically.
Sorry, I've got a note.
Lime flavored.
You also need to eat your greens. Also, eat sausages.
Yeah, anything that's green.
Yeah.
Oh God, not some green sausages. Green
Oh,
sausages
no.
is not a good idea. Anyway.
So the puddle dissipates, and you can hear the forewoman just quizzing some of the elves, and one of them kind of says, "Well, no, yeah, well, we were making the stuff, and we melted it in, and then we used I know hang about, and again they've got 2 sets of different gelatin packets, one of which if you've got the leaf gelatin, and then you've got the should have had a pun prepared.
You had one. It was the leaf gelatin.
Leaves, yeah.
It's the leaf gelatin, and it was trying to make it escape. I said, "Oh no, why do we even have this?"
This is a point I will be bringing up with the 4 people. As in, like,
Which 4
is that a
people?
thing?
I've only seen one of them.
Oh, I see.
And they're
4
holding 4 candles.
Why just the handles?
Very good. Very good.
Well, I suppose we could raise it with the boss.
Who's the boss?
Is it a cow called Sheena?
Sitting at the desk.
I've made myself. I don't need you anymore, Patty.
Sheena was always the best, most powerful cow in the entire herd.
As much as a plot twist as that would be, no.
Oh.
No, come with me. And if you come with me, Polly, come with me, Patty, come with me, Tim, come with me, Daisy, come with me, Daisy, come with me, Daisy, come with me, Daisy.
Daisy's gone.
Looks down at the jester and is like, you had a chance to be Daisy the 4th, but you failed.
No.
Moo.
Can I make a perception check as to do we actually have extra daisies following us? But it has to be a like the kind of look.
Yeah.
Yes, perception roll, please.
I mean, I'm not the most perceptive.
Have actually just cast duplicate.
That's 14.
14. Yeah, you go down the line. Right, there's Oopsie Daisy, And then there's Daisy the Dancing Cow. And then there's Oopsie Daisy. And then there's someone wearing a sheet. And then and then you go back to Oopsie Daisy and you realise that there were two of them.
Oh, were there always two of you?
Sometimes there are 4.
I have 2 mentors now. I am so happy.
Hey, well, that's going to be mighty useful.
Than a tormentor.
Your grin is very interesting, Tim.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on it for a long time. I think is it okay? I'm not very good at it yet.
Well, it is coming along fantastic. I can see all of your teeth, and that is a great start.
Okay, I'll go with that. That's good.
It's very good.
Prestidigitate slight kind of a slight glow around Tim as they smile.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm very glad you said we should follow these people, Oopsie Daisy. They're lovely.
Isn't he nice?
We still haven't found your cow, Patty.
No, we haven't. Where is Sheena? She's been having quite the day, I imagine.
I just look at the sheep person and look back again. I'm just like, yep, that's happening.
Are we going to get paid for the work that we did in creating that golem?
In love and cookies.
Fine. Yes, okay, if that's what we're getting.
I like those things.
Oh well, we'd best hurry up because as much as they're a lovely boss and they pay us all and keep this factory going. You don't want to meet them after night falls, and then you hear a thud. And it goes dark.
And there goes the dance.
Oh dear.
How did that happen? That's not right. That's not. Okay, it's nighttime now. What do we do?
Let's go and meet the boss. I'm sure absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Okay. Oh, I hate this. Okay.
And they lead you up another break. No.
Have you solved the anagrams yet?
Yes.
We've missed some more letters.
And they lead you up a winding staircase made of kind of
Jammy
salted. Oh, jammy damages! I like that. Yeah, kind of biscuit with jam, kind of cementing the sides together, winding around another one of those cinnamon sticks, and leads you into a room and. Sitting behind a desk, filing paperwork made out of sugar paper. There is a night hag. So, come in.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can
Hello there.
Can Tim roll a history check just in case they've come across this night hag in previous?
Yes.
Oh, Cyril, hello.
That kind of thing. That's a 23. So if it has happened, then Tim will remember this.
Yes, I definitely think that Tim would recognize Ethel.
So Tim is like, oh my God, that's my ex. Why did you have to bring me here? She is not happy with me. Oh no.
What did you do, Tim?
Yes, Tim,
Nothing.
what did you do?
There may have been a succubus involved. I shouldn't have done it.
Now
Family show, Tim. Family show.
No. It was a very enjoyable night, but I left things perhaps not the way that I should have done.
Very quickly, Tim. Would the night hag known you by Tim or by?
Oh no, by Zebulon.
By Zebulon.
Zebulon.
She looks up. Why Zebulon? And she kind of leans back in a chair made entirely out of gingerbread cookies.
They go by Tim now.
Wait, hang on. Things have changed in my life, and I must. And Tim is going to walk forward and, as it were, kneel down, not quite prostrate, but sort of a supplicatory pose. I am so sorry. I have so much to apologize for in my previous life, and one of the many bad things that I did was how we ended, and I can only apologize. And anything that you you wish me to do to recompense, I will do my very best to try and do.
Unless it's hurting us.
Let's see.
Moo?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
Patty leans over to Oopsie Daisy. What's a succubus?
I'll tell you after 9 p.m.
It is nighttime after all. But anyway. Sorry, I took so long. It's now gone away. I can't remember what I got.
You can see the roll history.
Where is the thing? 13 in total on the persuasion check.
Why do I not believe you?
I promise I was very untrustworthy before, but I am now. I'm not. Oopsie Daisy has taken me on and is showing me the error of my ways.
I am, and they can't help that their face does that. They're learning.
Sparkle.
Oh my
pushes
god,
shade
that's
blow.
terrifying.
Isn't it great?
Really? I've been trying so hard, though.
It's lovely.
You can see all the teeth. It's really...
Have a wonderful smile, Tim.
I haunt nightmares, and I've never even seen anything that terrifying.
That's not very nice. Tim is trying.
I think we're all sort of like, hey.
Hey. They're really doing their best.
Terrifying, Tim. The hours.
Are you now the owner of this place? You've done very well. This is an amazing facility.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have. I built this up from the ground, from the biscuit base all the way up to the chocolate tops.
And it is delicious.
I haven't eaten any yet, but I'm sure it's wonderful. You were always a dab hand with cooking spells.
Maybe you have turned over a new leaf.
I've very good. I promise I've been trying, and what can I do?
Come in, and get up off the floor.
Thank you. Please come in, everyone. I think we're okay, but I am very sorry.
You'll scuff the marbled chocolate tiles. Right. Does anyone want a hot chocolate?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes,
please.
Sounds delicious.
She kind of goes over and starts making a little hot chocolate and in glasses made out of glass mint.
Oh, nice.
Glassy mints. And just as she's kind of making the chocolate up, just marshmallow, anyone?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Just grabs a chunk out of the wall and passes them out. Right, so what can I do you for?
There seems to be. I'm sorry, I'm not the leader of this group. Would anyone like to?
Patty's lost a cow.
Yes. My cow took a wander.
Moo. The hot
That's
chocolate is going up and pouring down into the mouth. Oh.
It's a very odd cow. I don't understand it either, but it's definitely a cow.
I turn and I wink at you.
She leans into Tim. That's a centaur, right?
I know, but they get really weird about it if you try and bring it up. They
That's
always
weird.
think it's a cow.
All right.
I've also leaned in. What are we talking about? Moo.
No. If you want to still be being a cow, just keep saying moo and I won't say anything. It's just
I get to hang out with Polly. It's great.
Well, they're
we
fine,
get to go
fine.
to lots of places. I don't
Okay,
think she's
good.
realised.
Great.
Okay. Right.
You keep having to be. Isn't it really annoying being dressed like that?
It's absolutely torture.
You poor thing. Okay, I understand. This grin is not much fun either. Let's just keep grinning and mooing together. Huh? Moo.
I come out that. Moo. Wink.
Ethel kind of, hey.
All Richter's grins.
So you're looking for a cow, are you?
Well, yes, but we were sort of employed to start with. Do we get anything for? Well, the stuff kept going wrong. We created a cookie dolem, I think it was called, and that went a bit wrong. And then we had to go to the jelly making place, and there was a gummy owl bear. It was very.
Oh dear. She goes over and there's a sign on the wall and it says 5 days since the last sentient baked good incident. And
Exactly.
flips it back to 0. This keeps happening, you know.
Does it?
Yes.
I think the health and safety practices in this place could probably do with having a look at.
I think it's probably because the whole factory is built on top of a ancient dwarven burial ground.
Is that what that person in the sheet is doing?
What person in a sheet?
There was definitely, wasn't there?
Yeah, they're behind you.
Who?
I hate to say it, but it is behind you.
Wait. Now, hang on. This is not because Tim can't see it either. This is now there's a switch. I think. Hang on. I can't see this either. You're saying it's behind her.
Well, we'll have to take a look then, won't we? Ooh!
Here we go. Round to the left.
Wait. Oh, this
Round
is
to the right.
Everyone roll perception.
everyone.
Okay.
I already did, and it was a natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tim got an 18.
I got 23.
Perception. An unnatural 20.
I got a 6. I'm just turning in circles.
Having too much fun going round and round.
I missed Tim's. What was Tim's?
Oh, sorry, Tim's was an 18.
18. I'm going to say, just because it's a little more hilarious, those who are too close to it can't see it. So Tim,
Perfect.
the hag, Daisy, all kind of walk around in a circle with the person in a sheet following, and the other 3 are just like,
Oh, no, you gotta go the other way.
Turn around.
the other way.
I've done this many times before. Look, even if we go around the other way, there's nothing there.
No, but now you need to go. You're not doing it quick enough. You need to go around the other way again.
All right.
This
on
feels like
3,
they're taking the mickey, but all right, okay, let's go. And then, keeps walking around, still seeing nothing.
on 3, everyone turn round.
Okay.
1, 3. And
What?
the person in the sheet zone. And then ducks.
Oh, ducks.
Where?
And then
Ice just hit us. Ow!
Where did they come from?
the
Deja
sheet
vu.
quacks.
This still doesn't make any sense, even in this universe. Help!
The rules are breaking.
It's all coming unraveled, or is that just my brain?
I mean, the person in the sheet's there if anyone wants to unveil them.
No. Ignore the person behind the curtain.
Absolutely. We always want to know who thinks they are the head monster here. Let's find out.
Oh.
You really, and it's 3 ducks in a ghost suit.
Damn it.
Oh, there they are. Oh, I've been looking for Harry, Barry, and Jerry. They've been gone for weeks. Oh.
Jerry's definitely a thing.
Hey, I didn't name them. Don't you be taking away the naming ideas of the kids of my cells.
Naming ducks.
Exactly, self-naming ducks like this self-naming cow. This cow named themselves, by the way.
Moo.
Which apparently means Daisy. I'm learning so much today.
In their language.
Oopsie.
Wait,
That's what Jesse has said.
Right, well, now we've solved that mystery. Sorry. What's going on?
it's clearly because of the ancient burial ground, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, what can we do? What would you suggest?
About do
Not building a factory on an ancient
Yes.
burial ground of
But
another.
hang on. We can't. Can we move the factory, or is there too much of it?
I mean, there is a lot of biscuit.
We could eat it till it was smaller.
That would take ages and definitely be diabetic.
We'll have to
make them
rebake
smaller?
it.
Rebake it? Could we? That's quite a lot of rebaking.
I have a spell that could make it half the size and 1/8 of the weight.
I mean, if you know a site that we can take it to.
No.
Oh.
No, I must say.
No.
Why don't you just try moving it, I don't know, like a mile that way?
We're in the forest, though, aren't we?
Left.
It would be difficult to set up the factory among the trees. We could chop down the trees.
Oh, though I do
no,
have
no,
a very good axe. Thank you,
Yoink.
random item randomizer.
Have you tried making friends with the dwarves?
The dwarven ghosts? That sounds terrifying.
The dead dwarves. They might be friendly.
Ghosts are not usually friendly in my experience.
You could talk to the alive dwarves and see if they had any suggestions, given that it's their burial ground.
What alive dwarves? We don't employ any dwarves. Only elves.
Ah! Okay.
Maybe.
So, who's
Have a
on
look
the
at your
gate?
cookie making room.
On the gate, so we haven't had a need for anyone on the guard duty for a while.
You have 7 anagrammatical dwarves on the ground floor. And I've worked out all the anagrams. Sorry, yes, please continue.
Oh dear. You know what? This might be to do with the single human grave that we found on the site. You see, they seem to have turned into Snow White.
Oh no, not again.
What's happening?
Terrified pun dance.
Well, maybe we could reason with them.
Wait, where is Snow White? Is Snow White here then?
Somewhere in the basement.
You kept them in the basement. She's not going to be very angry. Is she not going to be very angry?
It's not very good. You've got to have a level floor. That's why we put the wafer on.
Did you not think it would be sensible and sensitive to send her back to her people?
Does she have people?
Maybe
Or
not.
to leave her undisturbed and not build on top of her.
That would also work.
But this is the only place that you can build a factory around here for miles.
Yeah, the land was so cheap.
Why?
She's definitely dead.
Are you saying that we built it on top of someone who wasn't dead?
Well, they might
I
not
don't
be.
know. Did you
Maybe.
investigate?
Okay, how far away is the grave?
Downstairs.
Feet down there.
Okay,
Follow the spiral staircase and go down.
fine. Because now, hang on. This is something that I can do in my new form.
You mean you don't raise the dead anymore?
No, certainly not.
Oh,
that's far too difficult. No,
That
what
might
I
have
can
been
do
quite
now
useful right now.
is detect if there is anything bad. Now, Tim will understand, I presume, that the range is 60 feet. Oh no, it's also that's not behind total cover. I'm definitely not going to be able to get this. Fine. Okay, cancel that bit. We'll go. I have a. Oh no, I don't.
Could you take us to see this human burial chamber?
Yes, that would be good. I think.
all right. Your funeral.
Why?
Oh, it's just an expression.
Insight check.
You may insight check, yes?
Polly is nothing if not suspicious.
That is a 19. Plucky and
A 19.
suspicious.
You get the sense that this night hang is possibly leading you to a place where you can deal with a problem that has been on the grounds for a while, and they don't have to.
Look, I didn't catch your name. What was your name again? Sorry.
Ethel.
Ethel. That was it. Yes. It was very similar to the name that Nat said, but yeah. Anyway. Ethel, is there something you're not telling us, something you'd like help with? We've been very helpful so far.
No? Maybe.
Come along,
Please,
Ethel.
please. I think let's not question too much. If we're going to get shown where this thing is, let's get shown. I think I trust Ethel implicitly.
Well, I do too. However, if we're going to be led down into a room where things might attack us, it would be good to know in advance. Do you not think, Tim?
That's very true, but I still trust you implicitly.
Well, it would be very convenient if you could, just rather than us move the whole factory, then, just get rid of the dead things under it.
Could you
Well,
be
we
more
can do that.
specific?
A white,
Mm-hmm.
a Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
You just got it.
I'm sorry. That is so much longer than it should have done.
That's
Very
it.
good.
Spooky
Very
pun
good.
dance.
Yeah. So
And
what?
I'm sure you've tried everything. I just wanted to double check. Have you tried finding a very handsome person that this white has definitely fallen in love with before, so it's not a total stranger, and got them to kiss the white?
Do we have anyone? I'm not much of a judge of looks. Is there anyone here who would be keen to do that?
Who one might describe as charming.
Well, indeed.
The dwarf pipes up. Well, you did some charming earlier. Pointing at Polly.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose I did. I don't know. Am I?
You could be Princess Charming.
I could give it a try. But
Go on, let's go. Let's go kiss the corpse.
I don't know the white. I don't know the white. I don't know how I feel about kissing someone I've never met before when they're asleep. That doesn't feel right.
Well, let's go and have a look and see what the problem is. Anyway, I really want this to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, is everyone going to follow?
Yeah.
Consent
Absolutely,
is important,
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, everyone can.
Consent is vital.
Consent's fair.
Hi kids, me again. Don't be kissing people who are asleep. It's weird. Just no. Also, cows can't go downstairs, but we're gonna do a bit of
that's
magic.
fine.
We're gonna
No.
I do a monk fall. I can fall.
Just rolling down.
That's one for you
Wait.
cow fans out there.
Equality is very important here, so it's an accessible factory, and leads you to a lift.
Go down
Brilliant.
made entirely out of croutons.
Crouton lift. I love it.
Yeah, we've run out of the sweet ones.
Patty will just come up to Ethel and like grab the back and of her jacket or whatever it is that she's wearing and tug and just kind of say, "Sorry, I just need to clarify. It's very important for me. Are you saying you need aid?"
Yes, I do need aid.
Great! And he flies off in the direction that was pointed beforehand, right before.
So as the lift descends, you can see the factory floor where there are a couple of workers who have created little gingerbread men, and they're running away because the gingerbread men are throwing shuriken at them. They're ninja bread men.
Yes. Yeah.
And the elevator passes down and into the basement levels in the dark. The lights go dim and the audience go ooh. And it's very spooky. And then with the lift stops and you retract the latticed. Well, I say lattice, waffle doors, and exit out into what looks like a grassy meadow, but underground.
This looks like home.
Why is there grass here? What is going on?
It's probably magic, Tim.
No, we just couldn't be bothered to dig it up. We just built on top of it.
Oh,
Follow me.
right.
I love Ethel. She's great.
Ethel leads you, and the audience as they're watching, they can see Ethel going along. And then, what is the marching order actually? Who would be next?
Tim is going to go right behind Ethel.
So Tim.
And I am, as always, hovering over Tim's shoulder. So I guess
Okay.
Perfect.
I will be proudly and heroically marching along in the middle.
I guess someone in the middle as well. Maybe fourth. Is Daisy?
I've started
dancing
using the
Daisy?
grass, so
Daisy,
I'm
no, now is not the time.
move.
It's great.
I know you're so committed, but now we've really got to follow Ethel.
Let's bleed in. I'm like, move.
So yeah, as you go, Ethel followed by Tim, followed by Oopsie Daisy, by Patty, by Polly, and eventually by Daisy the dancing cow, and the three ducks in a sheet.
Are they back in the sheet?
Yeah, but this time astride because they couldn't quite get on top of each. So it's a horizontal ghost, and only one of them can see.
Amazing.
Ethel leads you to what is the underground graveyard, where you can see a glass coffin, and sitting up inside it is a humanoid individual talking to 7 now very obviously zombified dwarfs. And she's just going, right, now if we switch around the flower again, then we've hang on. And they all heads turn towards you.
What's going on here?
Oh, no. You carry on. Don't mind us. You continue explaining your plan.
What? Oh, yes, I see. Yes, carry on explaining your plan.
We're not here.
No.
Hands over the big eyes.
Roll me a persuasion check first.
Is this so that they can't see us? Amazing.
So that whether they listen to you telling them not to see you.
I think I've taken Rebecca's luck today. That is a 30.
Oh my God!
In that case, can everyone roll stealth checks with advantage, because you've convinced them to not see you.
I will need that advantage.
Oh, that was a lucky advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
21.
17.
20.
Okay. I got a. Despite having. Oh no! It's fine. Despite having a -1 and disadvantage, which because I have advantage means I just have one straight roll, right?
Yeah.
That's still 16. Unbelievable.
They kind of look over at you, blink, and then go, "Oh, that's all right. They're not there," and then turn around. Right. So you switch the flour at the cookie dough station, and then now I want you to put these exploding beads into the exploding candy. And they explain their plan. Their plan.
Plan. Perfect.
Do they say why?
And then maybe we can convince them to move down the road to another meadow, preferably on top of the elf graveyard.
Love it.
Children, fantasy racism, like all racism, is wrong.
Yes, agreed.
Hi guys, I can't believe I have to do this. Don't
have to explain.
racist. Just knock it off. Move.
All right, we're done. Carry on.
Right, here we go. What on earth are you doing here, Snow White and your minions?
What a surprise! Where did you come from?
Upstairs.
It's tense, isn't it? But we knew they were coming. Or maybe it's just pretense.
Yeah! Very good.
Oh, I'm physically hurt.
Do you want to fight?
Or you could tell us what you want and why you're meddling with the recipes. Ethel's team are working real hard to make delicious cookies for everyone.
Is that what they're doing? Do we know that?
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. Or unless that wasn't a oopsie daisy saying that.
Both.
Yes.
Ethel, that is what you're doing, right, Ethel?
Oh, yes, of course.
Good. I believe them implicitly.
Yes, but they're a hag. Hags are always evil.
Hi guys, me again.
Just to be sure, not all hags.
And if you've
Hashtag
watched any
not
of
all
Roll
hags.
Together, you know hags come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and modes. Just don't be mean, guys.
Yes, there's
You
been a
find
lot
a
of
hag.
anti-hag rhetoric on this channel.
Yeah. What? No, you can't talk to me. I'm the one who breaks the fourth wall. Sod it, moo.
Right. Sorry, Nat was saying something.
Can't remember.
Okay.
Ethel, you're definitely making cookies for everyone to enjoy, right? And not in a bad way.
Roll me an insight check.
Oh,
And
no.
I also insight, please.
Yes, you may.
There is no way Tim is inciting his ex. Their ex, sorry.
Ooh.
I'll insight.
Sorry,
15?
15.
Dirty 20.
Also dirty 20.
Oh.
But no way of communicating it.
Natural 20.
It's just no.
No, couldn't possibly communicate anything.
Well,
I like that Polly's had enough. Now we just
My DM rolling is on point today, so I rolled a 10 for, let's see. I think that's going to be a roll of only 13, so pretty much everyone gets it. Yeah, she's just trying to run a business.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm actually quite surprised, but all right.
You fell prey to that anti-hag sentiment.
It may not be the most ethical business because let's face it,
Ethical.
Hey! Oh, very good.
I can just.
No.
That is the name of the factory. Ethical cookies.
Very good.
ethically sourced.
You can't sue because the spelling's different.
Exactly.
That's the slogan.
Exactly. We can't move the entire factory, and could we not learn to live in harmony?
It's very good, actually. I genuinely believed you there.
What?
What?
Oh, is that
I
honest?
thought it was very good.
Yes, I was only trying to be honest.
I mean, there's lots of lovely space still here. It's not like they've dug up your ground and... Anyway.
I mean, they're built on top of it. I mean, we used to have a nice view of the treetops.
Could we put you in the highest tower of the highest part of the factory?
The dwarf zombies and the white all kind of do a little huddle, and then Debs just pokes her head up, back down into the huddle. We're going to need something a little bit more if we're going to be turfed out of our graves.
Ethel.
Me?
Well, if we could have a compromise here, and then no one would have to mind.
Well, I can move the factory half off of the graves.
No. Oh, could you do that?
I mean, we could maybe go through the walls into the through the chocolate syrup room.
I think that the view that they're what is the dancing cow doing?
It's like yes.
I
The
don't
cow's
know.
just getting into everyone's personal space.
Yes, exactly. Well, if we do we think that you would be able to give them a view up into the main sort of chocolate hall, because that might be nearly as good as the forest?
Yes,
If we just-
looking at a working factory floor is exactly the same as a forest.
But it smells wonderful, and it's got this pool of chocolate water, and occasionally a gondola goes through, and then there's these strange little people with orange skin.
Hush! You want to get sued? But I guess if we could do that, then maybe you could integrate them, and then they would be helpful in the making of the chocolates rather than trying to make the golems.
I think that would be acceptable. We don't really lose the loft space anyway.
Well, exactly, and then you could just but provided you give them access to the graves so that they can come back if they want to. But then they're part of the. Okay, shall we try and Patty, you're the hero. You suggested to them.
Okay. Sure. That'd be great. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I will move over towards them. Hands on hips. Sorry, Ms. White?
White, yes, that's right.
Hello. Hi there. And, Debs, I remember you. Hello. And the others. So...
Yeah, it was just charming.
And you're all very lovely. And I very much enjoyed working with you earlier. My notes, Tacotech, it was lots of fun. I thought it was very good. And I thought we did a fantastic... Anyway, the whole point is that we have a plan. We thought you might like this. That, Ethel here is very, very willing to accommodate you so that you've got access to your graves and open up the space a bit, push the wall back and give you a bit of a better view. You'd have attic space as well, and maybe, if you're going to be sticking around, perhaps you can have a working relationship. How does that sound?
Brilliant.
They kind of turn around and they go into the huddle. Deb's head just.
There's Periscope.
As Patty finished that, how about that kind of thing, I will prestidigitate again, like a little like da-da, kind of glow in little streamers and.
I will
Just like a-
clergy gently flowing through his hair.
Nice.
I guess all of the cantrips just on the one halfling. They kind of come up. We think that we can come to an agreement, actually.
Hooray.
Wonderful.
Part owners of the factory, how does that sound? Part. Oh, well. And you promise not to make any more dolums. Maybe one a week. We can handle one a week. Daisy, the cookie dolum, is just in the background. Yay!
More friends.
Okay. I think we can do that. Will you all help with pushing the walls?
Yes, certainly.
Yes.
If we can.
What about you, boys and girls? Turns to the audience. Will you help us? Because we all know that cheering helps move walls.
What do you say, everyone?
It's just like the walls of Jericho, everyone.
Hey guys, this has become Bible camp. So, Jericho.
So yeah, you have successfully negotiated the standoff between the night hag and her elves and the dwarf Snow White and the dead dwarfs to slightly move the factory off of their burial site, and yeah, you can oversee things to make sure that they go a bit swiftly. But first, let's move this factory. So, can I get a strength? Athletics, actually. I'll let you roll athletics. Check to see how well you roll this.
Like
Okay.
a group one?
Is it? Yeah, is it
group-
everyone?
We'll see how well you do.
So it's
Can
just
I
this.
cast mirror image. So there are 4 of us, and can that do something
Oh,
to
fine.
my 0 athletics? And also,
It's Christmas. Just roll 4d20.
great.
Okay.
Okay, kids,
I'm
keep
gonna-
clapping, keep cheering.
Yeah, come on. Yay,
I'm
everyone.
gonna cast
That means you in the chat.
bardic inspiration on whoever's looking the weakest
Oh, for
out of the
pity's sake.
team.
Sounds like Tim.
Yep.
So Tim, you get to add a D8 to
A
that.
D8. Oh, so
Yeah.
many.
I imagine the bardic inspiration from earlier has ran out.
I think it probably has.
It's Christmas.
Yay!
Because I'm gonna need it.
So in total, I've got a 14, which
better.
was lucky.
I'm gonna do acrobatics if that's all right.
How are you going to acrobat a factory? But I love
No,
the
like,
idea.
jump kick it.
So Daisy and Polly are at either corner, just
Ow.
kicking this thing.
We're stretching the season of goodwill vibe here, but fine. Yeah. Athletics.
Oh no, it's a.
You
it's
can
a
be at the
14
front
it's a
pulling
14
instead.
athletics. I mean, to be honest, Polly's really not going to be doing much. She's going to be mostly like encouraging people.
Oh, yeah, it's strong.
What were your 4d20s?
I got a 12, a 13, a 16, and a 1. So I think I'd like the 1 to be at the end, and I will end up stuck in between the wall and the next.
One of your duplicates is just kind of doing that thing, like when you're lifting a sofa and they're like right on the end, like literally just doing nothing.
Pivot.
But yes, you push and the set moves because it's only made of cardboard, really, and. You push. They haven't quite got the scene behind ready, so suddenly a forest comes in. It's like, yes, you shove the factory, and the dwarves. As soon as the sunlight hits their skin, they don't look dead anymore. They look normal. Some sort of weird, definitely not owned by Disney film about pirates type curse. Other massive corporations are available.
Are they though?
No, pretty
Not
soon
for
it
long.
is going to be just Disney.
Yep. And everyone looks around at their newfound harmonic agreement. The hag continue making her weird semi-sentient baked goods. The dwarves and Snow White can finally have their view back. Go on.
Can I have a roll to see whether Ethel and Tim reignite their relationship? What would it
I
be?
have ceremony prepared.
I would like to give advantage because Polly always has a song prepared, and she's
perfect.
been kind of like slowly while Ethel is working, just kind of in the background, just kind of strumming and being like, to know, Tim, is to love, Tim.
Perfect.
Better in the song there before we.
Yes.
I think that's 3 Dolly Parton songs. Not. Thankfully, she's very nice.
I've tried to keep it to like short little snippets.
Yeah.
It's less than 30 seconds. It's fine.
Okay. Can this be a persuasion roll then?
I think persuasion or performance, whichever.
I know, definitely persuasion.
And you have guidance.
Oh, amazing. Okay, yes. Let's see whether this works. That's not good. Right, I'm going to need the guidance. How much does guidance give me?
D4.
Oh, Lord.
Remember, you had advantage.
You had advantage because of Polly.
Did I? Right. Well, hang on. Let's see how much I get on extra on it anyway. That's 3. That's good. So that's not much better. So it's 16 in total.
I would say. So based on the insight of the hag, which is 16, I think it meets, it beats. She's unsure. She's
Entirely
cad,
understandable. Yeah.
but she has some she has some ground rules for the relationship, but you can reignite
The passion.
yeah, and she's not quite ready for the ceremony spell, I would say.
No. Tim is neither. Tim needs to find out a lot more about themselves before they go back into that.
But yeah, so you have successfly you've reset the equilibrium of this factorial environment. What have you all learned?
Well, hang on. We still haven't found the cow. That's the crucial bit.
Where is Sheena? She has
You
been
moved the
missing all day.
cow, and she was behind the factory the whole time.
Just get-
Tina!
Sheena! There you are! Come on! You've been missing all day long. What have you been up to, eh? Oh, everybody, this is Sheena. Sheena, this is everyone. Here we go.
Hi,
Hello.
Sheena.
There we go.
You're actually a cow.
Sheena is an
Yes.
actual real cow.
Because, hang on, can we have another role, therefore, for a possible romance between Daisy and Sheena?
Go on then. Another insight.
Entirely up to Daisy, obviously, but...
Okay, no, we're doing this. So what's it,
It's not my
persuasion?
type.
Like, oh, okay.
Persuasion, was it? With advantage? Hang
That's a
on.
5.
Persuasion to make your love. Hang on.
13.
Just noticed it's gotten very dark. Night has fallen. You may have noticed that night has unfallen. There's a reverse.
At least in one part, yes.
Yeah. What was your persuasion roll? Your bid.
13.
13.
Total.
And what stats am I going to use for a cow? I mean, I think a 13 is probably enough for you to woo Sheena the cow.
What happens is the cow comes over, gives me a lick, and then I just go, oh, look, true love's kiss. I've been turned back into myself. It's me, Cyrus, the prince of the centaurs. Hooray, the curse is broken. And I just kick the head away, going, oh, isn't that a happy ending, boys and girls and everyone else?
You were a centaur all along?
No. Turns I was a cow. Moo. And hold the pose.
Polly, at this reveal, Polly actually looks a little sad, and sees how happy Solaris is with Sheena, and is like, okay, and just kind of slowly starts heading off stage.
No.
Oh!
Hold on. No, wait.
Yes, wait.
Polly, is
But-
one daisy as good as another?
Oh, well.
Wait, now hold on. I'm pushing Sheena back. I'm like, no, come on. It's
No. Solaris, I knew it was you all along, and I was going to say you didn't have to keep up the pretense with me. You know, I loved you for who you were, but it's okay. I can see that it's going to be beautiful between you and Sheena.
No.
And if I
Polly,
would stay, I would only get in your way. So I'll go. But
I will
I know I
always
I'll be thinking
lunch
of
you.
Amazing.
Solaris.
Well, only if there was some kind of fairy magic to help us fix this really difficult misunderstanding.
Oh, you got yourselves into this.
Oopsie is just not up for the.
But also fine, have some fairy dust. Go on, baby.
Only
but-
Daisy.
But oopsie, that was a very tempting offer you made as well. So, you know, what happens in the Feywild stays in the Feywild as far as I'm
Hi, everyone. There's something called a frapple. Ask your parents. It's after 9 o'clock. You'll probably get some interesting.
Got something to do with succubi.
Exactly.
Through all that, Patty would like to cast Speak with Animals and just go, Sheena, how you doing? Are you happy with this? You good to go with that? You can do what you like, really.
Sheena just kind of looks over it and goes, "Oh well, I was quite looking forward to going to market. Actually, I thought, you know, change is as good as a not change."
Right. You still can if you want.
Yeah, you know, try our luck.
Okay, fair enough.
Brilliant.
I lean into Patty going, help me.
So, first of all, I had no idea. This is amazing.
It was a curse.
Really?
Wow, I'm so glad that we managed to get you out of that. And look what Sheena's done for you. That's so lovely.
Thanks.
However, I'm really sorry because I know you're really into her and everything, but Sheena wants to go to market, so she's not actually interested. So I'm going to be taking her off to market now. And I mean, you're welcome to come along if you like. You can wave goodbye or whatever.
That's fine. Sad. I guess I have to be with the beautiful woman who I've always loved.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, that's
Hey,
so nice.
I know this is extreme, Polly, but get down on one horse knee.
Oh, amazing! Yes!
Would you make me the happiest prince of the centaurs?
Oh, Solaris, I thought you'd never ask. But can we keep that lovely fairy on standby though? Hey, you offered.
I mean,
To be your traveling companion, and it got weird.
Tim, do you want to part of this?
What are you talking about? I'm perfectly happy with Ethel.
Okay, I guess.
Talk to me afterwards.
Wink.
Yeah, I am the winking.
Hey, Oopsie Daisy, could you play any music or do any dancing?
Do you know that's a song about sausages?
Well, let's all sing it that we're married.
Oh God, give me a minute.
You can see in the wings there's a rather irate-looking female dwarf just kind of doing this, and you look out to the audience, and there's a large minotaur with a kind of very sausage-themed apparel, and a turtle to one side, just pulls on some ropes, and the scene changes, and you come to the front of the stage of the Savoy Theatre, and you're able to take your bows, and I think you knew your cue for get on with it. Let's bring out the sausage song.
Oh no!
So Daisy looks a little self-conscious, but then applause gives her life, She is an actor after all. And checks that her cast are ready.
No.
Seeing that
You
one
got
is
this,
still
Tim.
frantically remembering their lines
Yes.
will get the audience going in a clap.
Sausage.
Sausage.
A large minotaur in the audience just starts going, sausage.
Okay.
sausage."
Yes. Right. Here now. Ready for it.
And seamlessly, Daisy will
Give me the
begin.
chord. Lang.
On the 12th day of Worstmas, King Willie gave to me 12 bangers baking.
11 plates pastrami.
10 haggis hanging.
9 slices salami.
8 chorizo choices.
7 Savoy sizzling.
6 frankfurters frying.
5 sausage rings.
4 chipolatas.
3 hot dogs.
2 saucisson.
And a
sausage in a pudding.
And the
Totally worth
curtains
it.
close, the curtains reopen, you're able to take your bows again, and the final curtains close. The audience roars, some of them throw empty sausage pots. And that is that's all we've got. It was a play all along. Oh yes it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
I reach over, undo the back, and step out as a human. I was a human as a centaur, as a cow.
Oh, my God.
Layers. Oh, the depths.
I
In chat,
glare at the person who is slowly letting my wires down.
Oh, darlings, I just have to say that was excellent. Good job, good job, good
Georgie
job, good
just
job.
retreats his head into his shell because he was on the ropes. Ooh.
It was a triumph all round.
And down. We had to put this back in props.
I'm not really evil.
Oh, no, that's costume. You want to go over there to middle.
costume.
Do I have to give the loot back, or can I hold on to that for?
You need a tune, darling, before you play
Well,
again. It
that's
really does
not-
need a tune.
That's not my department, actually.
Oh, and just so everyone knows, I can smile.
Oh, of course, darling. Your
course.
best smile of the year.
We will
When I
thank you.
fell over in the second act, that was deliberate, of course.
Oh, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, can we go to the pub now? I'm bloody well
course.
done with being this bloody child and that high voice. Can we just go and get a drink, please?
Whiskey!
God, yeah. Give me a whiskey, lads. Come on.
Exactly. We'll
Give me
be
a
in the
pint.
hole with Mr. Johnny Walker. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Fantastic. And the actors who, in chat, you can determine which of the known name Savoy actors, plus potentially Ogden and Pip, were playing who. Cameo roles are available.
Dwarfs. Just this giant elkman was like, yeah, I'm a dwarf.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed tonight,
Sorry,
we
one
played.
tiny other thing. Sorry,
Yes.
just because I said I would do this and I completely forgot throughout the thing. I am at the moment in a very chilly boat, which is lovely. But the thing that made it all right was the fact that I have this scarf, which was created by one of our fans, Picts. And thank you so much. It has saved my bacon again. Thank you very much indeed.
Saved your sausages.
Yes.
You've got to stay on brand, old man.
Oh, obviously. Sorry. Go for it, Sean. Thank you very much.
Not at all. Yeah. Glad that your neck is warm. This is
Indeed. Vital.
Socks next, I think. We're grateful for the scarf. Thank you. If you enjoyed tonight, we play every Monday and Tuesday from 6 p.m. GMT. Other time zones are available. And you can also join us on Saturday when we have our regular talk show. It is still Saturdays, isn't it?
Yes, Fridays.
Fridays now. It's Fridays now.
Oops.
We also on Fridays when we have Talk Together, where we talk to various personalities from TTRPG, the world, Roll Together. I don't do endings very well. I'm just going to carry on.
It's a sad goodbye.
All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/RollTogetherRPG. There are also podcast versions of all of our shows available everywhere. Just search for Roll Together RPG, and if you have a service that we're not on, let us know because we want to be on it.
Yeah,
So
very much.
tell us. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There'll be a link in chat now. Thank you, mods. So do join them. Every penny helps for us to make all of the content that we do. Big thanks again to our sponsors, Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, and Elderwood Academy, and our supporters, D&D Beyond, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Warriors of Waterdeep, and Level Up Dice. One last piece of business. I need to give you the answers to some anagrams.
Oh, yeah.
So, where were we? We have on a different tab that I definitely had up.
It's
No, that's the wrong one. So we have. Oh no, I'm even in the wrong Trello board now.
This is sounding very complicated.
We had some names. We had Debs, who was probably the easiest of them all, which was Beds.
That still took me ages.
Edward Snooky was
Hey!
Curds and Whey. Thank you very much.
very
No,
clever.
absolutely.
It is now.
Jump in.
Very clever.
Basharir. Did anyone get Basharir?
No.
Yes.
Oh, which we had the missing T, because I'm a fool. It was a silent T.
Matt, do you want to?
I mean, you technically found it first, but 3 bears.
3 bears.
Three bears.
Griptor.
You found this one first.
After you, Rebecca, I think.
Porridge.
Porridge.
Okay.
Who got Taco Teg?
Oh, yeah.
Cottage.
Cottage.
Oh, I see. Clever. Clever.
We had Harrick.
Chair.
Chair. And we had Sturgith, which was
Just right.
just right. Yeah.
Oh, clever.
And all of these, with the exception of Curds and Whey, which was our red herring, relate to Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
Three bears.
So yeah, that's that business taken care of. Don't forget, we're all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Chat to us in the chat. This was a slightly shorter session than I think we were aiming for. So, we will probably be raiding, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm too old for it. We'll be raiding elsewhere. So have yourselves a little tea break. And thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Ta-ra.
Have a jolly worstmas.
Have a jolly, jolly worst.
Exactly.
And a happy new
Beer.
Beer. Beer.
Oh, yes, please.
Beer. To a pub.
You're buying, I'm in. Let's go.
Let's go.